guys, it's Maya. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on our video today. First of all, ignore this candle. It totally exploded on me, and it looks crazy, but I don't have another candle to use today, so we're gonna be using this, but I know it looks crazy. But yes, okay, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So as you guys can see by the title, this reading is all about your current job slash career, and I'm gonna give you the honest truth about what's going on. So here is the breakdown. I will go over the breakdown once you guys choose your groups. But yeah, it's all about your job and career. We'll see what's going on, where do you go from here, and are you truly serving like your higher purpose in this lifetime with the job or career path that you're on. So it's very straightforward, but it is specifically just about career today. Now I have 4 groups for you guys to choose from. Each group has a different tarot deck, has a different crystal, has a different card that came out as I shuffled, and I'm also going to state the astrological placements for each card. So that way, you know, if you want to choose based on the astrology aspect of it, you could do that as well. But yeah, and also keep in mind, you can watch as many as you would like today, but let me go ahead and show you these options up close one by one. Group 1, this is the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. This is what the back looks like, and your crystal is this fluorite chunk. And your card is the World. This is Saturn, and it is the 4 fixed signs, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Group 2, this is the Antique Anatomy Tarot. This is what the back looks like, and your crystal is this Shiva Lingam stone. And your card is the Empress. This is Venus energy, and it is also Taurus and Libra. Group 3, this is the Star Spinner Tarot. This is what the back looks like, and your crystal is this purple seer stone. And your card is the 3 of Wands. This is the Sun in Aries. Group 4, this is the Gilded Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this dark blue obsidian. And your card is the World as well. So this is again Saturn, and this is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius energy. Okay, you guys, here are all of your options laid out for you side by side. There are 2 World cards, which is cool that it came out that way. But yeah, feel free to watch as many as you like and take all the time you need to pick your groups. I'm going to get started with group number 1. Hey guys, if you chose this World card with the Tarot of the Witch's Garden and this green fluoride chunk, this is your group. Hello, group number 1. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for, maybe I'll set it right there. Okay, thank you for being here. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support, whether it's your first time on my, group 1, I cannot speak. Whether it's your first time on my channel or if you have been here before, if you've watched our readings before, thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. So let's get right into it. Here is the breakdown. So like I said, I'm going to be very honest today about your current job slash career path. We're going to go ahead and look at these 6 bullet points that I have here. First, we're going to look at what is the true energy of your current job slash career. This is also like your energy check, so that could be a good way to know if this is your group or not. We'll also see, how is this job currently affecting your long-term growth? Is it a steady climb towards something bigger, or is it a silent burnout? We'll also see, in what way does this current job serve your highest purpose here on earth? So we're going to see, is it actually serving your higher purpose and what you're meant to do in this lifetime, or is it distracting you from it? We'll go ahead and get a green light. So this is actually really cool. I wanted to give you a specific sign, event, or events over the next 30 days, which is like a literal sign from this reading, but also from the universe to show you, because a specific sign will tell you if it's officially time to stay or walk away. So I feel like that's really cool. I'm really looking forward to this, to give you something specific to look forward to over the next 30 days. And the stay or walk away, obviously we'll see what the energies are, right? So by the time we get to this, I think we'll have a good idea of if this is your career path or not that you're on. And then we're going to look at a parallel path. So pretty much we're going to see, what is your life going to look like in 3 months from now. The first option, like option A, would be if you stay. If you stay and nothing changes in this situation, we'll see what your life will look like. And then we'll also see what will your life look like in 3 months if you do kind of align to the path that you're meant to be on. And then we'll end off with advice from Spirit. And specifically, I want to see what is the one power move your guides want you to make this week to align to your highest success. So this is something that you can take from this video and implement it this week into your life whenever you're watching this. So there's a lot to talk about. And it is a timeless reading, so whenever you stumble upon this video or whenever you are drawn to this, I'm channeling your current energy at that point in time. I've seen a lot of numbers for you. I saw 44 and then I just saw 234. So like ascending numbers is definitely a very positive sign. It feels like you're, on the right path. And also this world, it definitely feels different from the world for Group 2's intro card, but this one feels like a celebration. I mean, this feels like dancing, partying, having a good time, celebrating a milestone, and the world talks about the end of a cycle. So, you're starting some kind of a new cycle, but you're very happy about it. This feels like, again, some kind of a milestone. It could be a promotion. It could be, maybe you're transferring jobs. Maybe you're finding something else. Maybe you're leaving one job for another job. But it feels very good. It feels like you worked for this. You worked very hard for this and you're finally here and you also achieved it. So it just feels like whatever milestone you're hitting, or if you are walking away and starting something new, like you got a new job recently, or you're on your way to finding a new job recently, I think all of that is very aligned with this energy because it just feels like celebration. And you wouldn't celebrate if you're upset, right? You wouldn't be in this energy of closing out a chapter, but happy to close it out because you're starting something new, something bigger and better that you want. You wouldn't be in the celebration energy if it was something that you did not want, or if this was, if it wasn't this vibe. So it feels really, really good. And I feel like you're celebrating with your friends or you're celebrating with your loved ones. Somebody is celebrating you. Somebody could be throwing you a party for your milestone. Or if you are like going away, maybe someone's throwing you a going away party or a party for finding a new job. There's something here on you are celebrating yourself or the people around you are celebrating you. I love this little kitty down here. So it feels like even your pets are very supportive of this new chapter in your life. So that's what it feels like. It feels like you're ending a chapter in the best way possible. You're ending it on top, and now you're starting a new chapter in your career or job path. Some of you could have already started it. Like say you just got this new job, and you feel good about it. I think either way, this is a very optimistic, high vibrational energy. And whether you are leaving something to find something new or whether you've already started something new, I think this would still apply to your energy. So what I want to do is I actually want to go in with this before we go into like your main energy check with that first question. I just want to do like a pre-energy check just to see what is Group 1's current energy here within their life or career or anything. Just what is Group 1's current energy? Group 1 that chose this world card. Okay, perfect. I also have these Astro dice. Ooh, yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is one of my favorite cards ever in tarot. This is the 8 of Wands. This is Mercury in Sagittarius energy. Some of you could actually be receiving communication like right now. Maybe over the next week, over the next 30 days, you're receiving that acceptance. For some of you, this could even be about school. Say your career path actually requires you to go to school for a couple years. Then this could be like you're getting your acceptance letter or you're getting an interview in, but there's communication coming in. So this could be like a physical letter in the mail. This could be an email that says you're hired. This again is that fiery, high vibe energy that I was already sensing with you. So I love this group so far. I think this is a very specific energy. If you're not vibing at the very top, if you're not feeling it, if you're not feeling good, if you're not feeling this absolute fire on fire excitement and motivation, then I just don't think this is your group because it's already very, very specific. Oh yeah, you are like, sorry, that fell on me. You're vibing, Group 1. I really love this. You're sitting in your element. It's like nothing can touch you right now. Nothing can stop you. I think you have a really good idea of who you are as a person, and you have a good idea of what you want to do. And you're in a point in your life where you're not letting anyone affect you. You're not letting anyone get in the way of what you want to do right now. Okay, current energy. We have the fifth house. Oh, that's literally this. This is literally fifth house. Leo, there's that fire. And then we have Neptune. Ooh, okay. For some of you, it's possible that you have been dreaming about this for a very long time. Neptune is Pisces energy, it's 12th house energy, it's about our subconscious. So this could be something you've been literally fantasizing about, dreaming about this job or this career path or this school that you want to get into. It's something that you've had this fantasy about for a long time, or you daydreamed about this, or you've thought about this. It's taken up a lot of space in your subconscious for a very long time, but it feels like it's finally coming out of your subconscious, and it's manifesting itself in your 3D reality, which is really, really good to see. I love the fifth house. This is about fun and pleasure and excitement, and it's a very like short-term energy. It's very quick. Actually, Leo rules the fifth house, so this is literally like the ruler of the house here when we're looking at a standard birth chart, like without any dates or times or anything. Leo literally rules the fifth house. And this is all about creation. It's about fun, creativity. It's about self-expression. It's about like the spotlight is finally on you. This could even be about romance. I know this is a career reading, but it doesn't have to be that you're like finding romance, but it's like you're in a very how do I say this without it having negative connotations? Because it's not negative, but it feels like affairs. It feels like short-term fun. It feels like flings. It feels like casual hookups. Like it just feels like you're in a stage in your life where you're not necessarily looking for a long-term relationship, but you're more so just looking to have fun. And I think that this could even be a part of your dating life as well. Now, whatever, it's interesting. You have the World and you have the Eight of Wands, which is Sagittarius. So both of these talk about like international energy. They talk about the world. Literally, you could be getting a job that requires you to move, because this energy of being in this temporary, it's like something is temporary. So you could be moving for this temporary situation, and maybe it turns into a more long-term situation after. But right now, like say you have a contract for like a year, you know, or this is something where you're in a temporary situation, and because of that, maybe you don't want to plant roots, because that's what it feels like. It's like you're here to have fun, you're here to embrace this situation because it's something you wanted, or at least it's in like the field that you wanted, it's maybe in the company that you wanted, but maybe it's abroad. You know, there's something here to where, okay, it's fun, it's temporary, so I'm not going to, especially when it comes to relationships, I think maybe that is actually advice for you, group one, to not get into a serious relationship right now, at least for like the term of this career path. So maybe for the next like 1 to 2 years, maybe kind of like lay low when it comes to commitment, because there's something here for some reason that something is temporary. And maybe after this station, it feels like you're stationed somewhere. After this, maybe then you find something more long-term, or maybe this leads you to that next thing. But there's something here on Spirit just wants you to enjoy the moment, enjoy what you've built up until now, what you have achieved up until now, and just be fun. Like be in this fun, lighthearted energy of just kind of like prioritizing yourself and focusing on yourself and having that spotlight on you. And Spirit is saying, like, for one, you don't have to share that spotlight with a partner. You know, like this is about you. And I feel like you're finally in an era in your life where you can actually put yourself first, because with this Neptune, it does feel like, and the way the speed is picking up now, it does feel like life could have been stagnant for you for a little bit. Maybe overall in life, or specifically career, was stagnant for a while, but something is finally moving. It's finally coming out of your head and into your reality, and they want you to be there to enjoy every single aspect of it. I love that. Some of you could specifically have Mercury in Sagittarius. If you do, I'm hearing for some of you, you might even have Mercury in Gemini. With whether you have Mercury in Sag, Mercury in Gemini, you don't have to, but something about this does feel like communication, and communicating with like the masses in some way. Maybe this job is something about you communicating to people, or maybe it is in communication, like in a business setting, it is you communicating, like for some reason you're like communicating with people, and it's like maybe you're the middle point, like the middleman for a bunch of people. Maybe you're like HR, I don't know. There's something about communication. For others of you, since we have this international energy, maybe this is something with social media. Maybe if you're self-employed, Because for some of you, this could be self-employment, because this feels really fun and creative. So it feels like this career path is something that you enjoy creating, something that you enjoy doing. And maybe that is why it's coming through as not like a temporary energy for self-employment, but something you haven't really done before. Because that it just feels kind of new. And even with this Neptune Pisces 12th house energy, it feels like this could have been something that you were daydreaming about for a long time, and you're finally doing something about it. So there could be communicating with the masses in some way. Or it's like these people that have chosen you for a job, they really like your communication skills. They want to use you for communication, not like use you, but you know what I mean? Like they want you to take up some kind of a communication role in some way. But either way, I think this really shows that things are moving very, very quickly right now in your current energy. And that's why you're so happy. And that's why you're celebrating this situation. Like you are hitting a milestone, or you are having that wake-up call to some extent, because something is finally shifting for you. So I really like this. So let's get into it. I feel like this is a very specific energy. So if you don't resonate with this already, then I just don't know if this is your group. We have 8, which is making me think of August, which is also Leo energy. So you could be an August Leo. You could have Leo in the 5th house. You could have Leo. Your Neptune could be in Leo for some of you. Oh, that's interesting. If you're in your birth chart, if Neptune is in Leo's in Neptune, whatever, then that could actually talk about you having a hard time getting started on something. It's like you have the drive to do it. You have the ideas, you have like that spark to go pursue something, but with this Neptune energy, which is Pisces, it just kind of like puts it in a daydream, but it's like it's tough for you to bring it out of your mind. It's tough for you to like physically bring it out of that subconscious energy into your reality. And maybe if you do have that combination, it makes sense why you would be struggling with bringing this into your reality, especially if this is some kind of self-employment for some of you. There's just something on like this has been sitting in your mind for a really long time. But now it's like it's shifting to where you're finally taking action. Because I think, especially with this Neptune, if you don't do anything about it, you're just going to sit in that daydream forever. Like that's the thing about Pisces, is you're just going to drown in a fantasy forever if you don't actually take charge to bring it out into your reality. And maybe for some of you, you've struggled with that up until now. But either way, things are really shifting and momentum is building, and no matter what your career situation is right now. So I love it. Definitely feels like something new, or expansion on what you already have. Maybe that's that promotion or that milestone that we also talked about, that raise. But I think either way, you're very, very happy to be here. You're very happy with your life. You're very happy with the path your career is going down. You're very happy with the expansion. You could also be getting recognition, because Leo is very much about status. Again, that spotlight. You could be getting recognized. Maybe because you're getting recognized, something is like blowing up or going viral, or something is gaining a lot of momentum right now, or in that corporate business setting, you're getting recognized, and that's what's giving you this promotion. Either way, you're getting recognition. Okay, so let's get into it. I love this energy. I'm just vibing with group 1 right now. I don't know why I don't like these sitting right here. I just like cannot. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. Okay, I think I like that a little bit better. Okay, so let's get to that first question. What is the true energy of your current job/career path? So for group 1, what is the true energy in their current job/career path? Group 1's current energy in their job. Whoop. The Hermit. Oh, I like that. Okay, let me just clarify. Group 1's current energy in their job/career path. Let's clarify this Hermit. Their current energy. Oh, okay. Didn't want to come out. Their current energy in their job/career. Okay, this feels like you're finally ready to do something. So that again kind of confirms my initial energy of like maybe you've been sitting on this for a while, maybe you have been withdrawn where this was kind of just living in your head or living in your planner, and it's kind of something that didn't really take form up until now. Because the hermit energy is very introspective, it's very within. So it's like either you waited before you took action towards this, or there was divine timing that caused you to wait or put you in a slower energy up until now. I also think you're taking on more responsibilities right now, or you're taking on more tasks. I also think a part of you either like didn't believe in yourself or you didn't think you could do it for some reason, because I feel like maybe even if other people believed in you and this could have been on the horizon for a while, I think you could have intentionally slowed it down because you didn't believe in yourself or you didn't think you were capable of it in that time. So you waited until you really felt like, okay, I'm capable of this now. This is Virgo energy, and the Two of Pentacles is Capricorn. This is Jupiter in Capricorn. I also think, yeah, like definitely with your confidence right now, you're really in a position to where you feel like you can really tackle something head on. Maybe that's why you're finally seeing the movement, because you're finally putting yourself in the position to see the movement or to receive that milestone in the first place. It's like you're finally coming out of the dark to put yourself out there, or the situation is finally moving forward after a period of stagnation. But Spirit is saying to you, it happened in this way for a reason. The stagnation was necessary, or you having this introspective moment in your life was necessary. Because I think it helps you plan better, or it helps you figure out something much better. Because if you wouldn't have waited, or if something was just thrown upon you when you weren't ready, or when, when the timing wasn't right, it would have just fallen apart. But I love in this image, she's like walking out of the house, like she's leaving, she's closing the door, and she's using this light to find her path. Even this feels like putting yourself outside of that comfort zone. So yeah, for some of you, I think you waited for a while before you pursued this opportunity. But what's so nice about this is it feels like the moment you did pursue this, like the moment you came out of this house and you came out of that the darkness, and you put yourself out there to receive this, it's coming in quickly. And I think there's a very interesting shift, because there's like a stagnancy or a slow period in this career job situation. But then the moment you put yourself out there in that Leo spotlight, the opportunities come in quickly, or the specific job that you wanted comes in quickly, or the recognition comes in quickly, or that online platform builds quickly. Like something here is building very quickly because you finally stepped out of that, subconscious energy about this, or you finally stepped out of the dark and you stepped into the light. And I think you're also realizing like this is your purpose to some extent. Like you are meant to do this for your job or for your career. And maybe you didn't recognize that before. And I think I love this Two of Pentacles because, especially with the way it's like glowing, this infinity sign, it feels like the moment you realize that you are capable of something, you go from like 0 to 100. Because not only are you doing this, but you're taking on more. And it almost feels like a high. Like it feels like this, like, you know how like runners get like that runner's high and they feel really good after they go running? It's like that same thing, but with your own skills and your own talents and your own ambition. It's like the moment you do it, you get such a high that you never experienced before. And that's what helps you realize you're on the right path. And you feel really good about building onto what this high is, because now you want to keep going. Now it feels like you have an endless possibility, and your perspective feels like, okay, I can do anything that I want to do right now. For some of you, this could definitely be you getting a job, because Hermit, again, it talks about a stagnancy and it talks about a period where you're not doing much. So in this sense, it feels like for some of you, if you've been in that stagnancy because you couldn't find a job for a while, that job is finally coming in. And that celebration with that world could be you celebrating your period of unemployment coming to an end. And I think you're just so happy with whatever this is that is finding its way to you, or you are building this in some aspect. You're just so happy that it's finally here. But I think it just clicks to you that this is happening at the right time in the right place. I think you realize you couldn't have rushed it, especially if you were upset of being unemployed for a long time. For some of you, you're realizing, okay, like there's a reason I was unemployed for so long. This couldn't have worked if it happened sooner than later, or this position wasn't even available at that point in time. So that feels really good for your current energy. So now let's see number 2. Oh, the Fool. Okay, I'm just going to take this because I didn't necessarily ask a question, but even this feels like you're starting a new venture. For some of you, I just saw 1111. You're starting school, like you're finally taking that first step towards going to register for classes, or it's like you got that acceptance letter, so now so now you're like jumping in to go ahead and get started with school, because this person is holding books. So it's either like for some of you, you're learning a new subject, or you're finally taking the courses to get started. But either way, whether this is you starting school, this is you starting a new job, whether this is you putting yourself out there somehow, you're coming out of a period of stagnation. Okay, number 2, how is this job, or since you might not have this job right now, let's see, how do I want to word this? How is this career path? How is this career path currently affecting your long-term growth? Oh my gosh, group 1, look at this. The 4 of Wands, this is literally celebration. This is celebration, this is happiness. I just saw 1111 too, which 4 of Wands is the 1111 card because of the wands. But oh yeah, like you're literally, a wish is coming true. A wish is coming true. You're celebrating life. You're finally happy with yourself. You're finally happy with the life you are choosing to live. And this is just so incredibly positive. And it also feels like you are choosing this. This is not something that is being thrown on you, and this doesn't feel forceful. It feels like you are choosing this life. You're choosing this career path. You're choosing to start school. And it makes you so incredibly happy. I also think it brings you closer to your soul family, because this is talking about how is this affecting your long-term growth. So I think that you're going to meet very special people during this era of your life, and it is bringing you closer to a specific soul family, but it's also bringing you closer to a specific like group of people in your life that are going to be long-term friends, or people you can truly trust in the long term. But it's truly helping you build the life that is meant for your long-term growth. So this is financially, this is the independence, this is like your future home, this is your future establishment. Like everything that you're doing now is truly working hand in hand for your long-term growth. So this is definitely that steady climb, because you haven't even reached the top, and the top is very abundant. Wow, it feels like you start very small. And even this with the Fool here, this requires you to take a leap of faith. So for some of you, you could be moving, like I said, to start this new job, or you're really just like trusting the universe. After all this time of you hiding or staying in that comfort zone, you're finally trusting them that even if you jump off this cliff, they're going to be there to catch you. And that's what's so important, because that's the fear that usually holds people back. But the moment you take that leap of faith, it really aligns everything for you. And it really aligns you to your long-term growth and happiness in the best way possible. I'm also seeing like a status upgrade. I'm seeing you becoming like VIP, or becoming like, I don't know, like your life is evolving materially. So maybe you're gaining a lot of financial wealth through this career path, or even you took this leap of faith, so it's taking you to this specific financial security and financial independence, to where it's like you're kind of evolving in the financial bracket of things. So you're living like a more high-end luxury lifestyle. And just look at the difference. This almost looks like the same person. It looks like the same person in this purple dress and in this green attire coming out of the house. And this house is your comfort zone. So this is literally you finally stepping out of your comfort zone, and then look at the lifestyle upgrade it gives you. Like, it just feels like such a massive 360 flip on the life you build for yourself. And all it took was you coming out of that door, coming out of the comfort zone to achieve it and taking that leap of faith. Yeah, this also feels like the spotlight will totally be on you for a while. And I think that's why I am getting that independent energy. Because if your life is changing so quickly, then it just feels like this is not the time for a partnership. But your long-term growth, the Four of Wands talks about engagement, commitment, marriage, living with somebody, building a life with somebody. So, and even this, it looks like two people, it's like literally their wedding. So this, whatever this is, it does bring you closer, not only to your soul family, but to your actual soulmate at some point in the future. So I love that. Definitely a steady climb. So number 3, in what way does this current job serve your higher purpose, or is it distracting you? I feel like we already answered it, but I will answer the question. Spirit, in what way does this career path serve Group 1's higher purpose here on Earth? You're meant to be known by the people, by the masses, or you're meant to be in a leadership position. You're meant to, you're meant to have authority. You're meant to have people look up to you. That is your higher purpose. The Queen of Cups. Let's clarify. Let's clarify this Queen of Cups. For in what way is this current career path serving Group 1's higher purpose? Wow, you have the Queen of Cups and the Emperor. Okay, for one, there's definitely like a power couple dynamic that we see here, then we also see it here. Because this is a very feminine, this is divine feminine, we have divine masculine. We have Aries energy here with the Emperor. So that could be a specific placement of this soulmate counterpart energy. The Queen of Cups is Gemini and Cancer. And the Four of Wands is again Aries. It's actually Venus and Aries. So yeah, with this being Venus, not only is this career path taking you to the life that you've always envisioned for yourself, but it's also taking you to that partnership energy because Venus rules partnerships. And not only is this romantic partnerships, but again, this is taking you to like business partnerships, collaborations with other people, important people. But in what way does this serve your higher purpose here on Earth? You're definitely meant to have power. If I'm viewing both of this as your energy, I think you become a very beautiful balance of masculine and feminine energy. And I think that you're truly meant to have that authority, but also you're meant to have that loving, nurturing side of you that people relate to. It's like people really look up to you because you know what you're doing. You have the leadership skills, or you just like demand attention, even without being forceful. Like people naturally look to you for advice or for leadership. In some way, people naturally look to you as the leader, but they also find you incredibly relatable because of your soft femininity. And that is like who you are truly meant to be here on Earth, is somebody that has this authority, that has this luxury, that has this, you know, luxurious lifestyle, but also somebody who's incredibly down to earth. And the fact that she's literally sitting on like a waterfall and she's not even wearing shoes and her feet are touching the water and she's surrounded by nature, like that feels like that nurturing energy within yourself that people are very much drawn to as well. So that feels really, really nice. I think that that's why it's important for you to finally take that leap of faith. Because if you don't, then it's like this entire thing is falling out of control, because then you're not getting to this ultimate lifestyle that you're meant to live. I think a lot of you are on the path of taking this leap of faith, but some of you could really feel like you're not worthy of it, or that you're not good enough for these skills. So that's really interesting. I do think part of your higher purpose is you're meant to help people and you're meant to guide people here in this lifetime. And you have to put yourself in a position to help and guide them. And this career path takes you to exactly that. This could, for some of you, be spiritually guiding people, spiritually helping and guiding them and helping bring structure to other people's lives. If this is not spiritual, then it's just anything, right? It could even be in a business setting as well. You're meant to be a mentor. You're meant to guide people. You're meant to help people. For some of you, I'm even hearing like therapy, like a therapist. But it's like you would make an excellent leader that also has the compassion and love to genuinely help people, the people around you. And I think that is truly what you're meant to do in this lifetime. Okay, now this is one that I'm actually really excited about, the green light. So let's see over the next 30 days, what is a specific sign or event or events that you should look forward to that tells you it's officially time to take this leap of faith, or that that you're on the right path. Because this is definitely not an energy for you to move out of. I think this is where you are meant to grow. So we'll give you a sign that you're finally meant to take the leap of faith for some of you that haven't. And then for those of you that have, then a sign that shows you're on the right path. So let's see. So however you interpret it can be up to you, but for group 1 spirit, the green light, over the next 30 days, what is a specific sign or event or events? Wow, King and Queen of Cups. There is that partnership energy again. So we have the King of Cups. Let's clarify. What is a specific sign or event or events? Oh my gosh, Wheel of Fortune. Oh wow. So a specific sign, this actually feels like an event. An event that's happening to you over the next 30 days is something falling into your lap. And it is something to do directly with this career and with this career path of yours. Maybe it's directly about moving somewhere, applying to something. For some of you, this could literally be that job interview that comes in, or literally like that acceptance letter that comes in, or literally like an email or letter saying you are hired for this position. It feels like something is very naturally falling into your lap that shows you you're on the right path. Now, for some of you, like an example I can think of, if you're moving, or if you're thinking about like, okay, like I want to work in this location, but you don't know about the logistics of it. Maybe somebody offers to have you live with them, or maybe family and friends in that area, or like something about a living situation just falls into your lap. That's what I mean. It's like there's something that maybe even seemed impossible to you, or seemed like a logistical error, or it seemed like something that's not realistic for you, something that's kind of far-fetched, like something is that you thought was going to be impossible or very difficult is just going to fall into your life so effortlessly. And that's because the universe is literally making room for you in that place or in this area of your life, so to go take it, and to know that that spot is waiting for you specifically. You know what I mean? Like, I think that housing situation is a great example. A lot of times we don't move to go look for a job in a different city because the housing situation is difficult, especially if we're moving on our own. But like, say you just happen to miraculously find a home. Oh my God, I can't speak, group 1. You find a home or a living situation, even if it's temporary, because we were talking about something temporary. Like say a friend says, oh, you can live with me for a couple months. You can live in my basement for a couple months. Or like you have family or friends, or you find a short-term lease. Like it's something that just so miraculously falls into your lap. And you thought, that's so funny. I'm hearing your spirit guide saying, and you thought this would not happen. You thought this was going to be so tough and so difficult, but here it is. We're just giving it to you in the next 30 days for you to realize this is where you're meant to go. It does feel like like something to do with location that's going to fall into your lap, or it's like that interview opens up, a specific interview, maybe for some of you, it's literally the job that's coming in, or the acceptance letter that's coming in over the next 30 days. But for others of you, it could be like the way to get in through the door is opening up in the next 30 days. Also, owls could be a specific sign. This is the second time I'm seeing this black cat. A black cat could be a specific symbol An owl could be a specific symbol. There's also like a green fairy up here. There's a centaur here. I'm thinking about the movie Hercules, specifically the Disney cartoon from the like late 90s, early 2000s. If you see that, or if you see like an image, like you're just online somewhere and that movie randomly pops up, a clip from that Hercules movie specifically pops up, the cartoon from, yeah, like early 90s or late 90s, early 2000s, because I used to watch that all the time. And this centaur, immediately my mind went to that little centaur guy that helps Hercules in the movie. So if you see a clip or like a thumbnail that has that character or like the Hercules character or anyone in that movie or the movie clips itself, that is your sign. Anything else? Now this is so interesting. More more counterpart energy. Water signs. The King of Cups is Libra, Scorpio energy. Somebody could have those placements. There's something about like an aquarium or fish that could be significant. I'll come back to how this could be a sign. Maybe it's an invite from a person that already is living in this life. This person is already living in this world, they're already in this job, or they already work here, or something could be like an invitation from a specific person. Even if it's not your direct soulmate, there could be like a person that is somehow linked to this world, and they show up over the next 30 days to like give you an invite. Okay, now let's see, what would your life, the parallel path, yes. What would your life look like in 3 months? We'll get one card for if you stay, which is if you take that leap of faith and you follow the sign. What is one card for what your life would look like in 3 months? But then I'll get another one for if you ignore it and if you do not take this leap of faith and you stay stagnant. So one card for the next 3 months. What happens if they take this leap of faith? What will the next 3 months look like if group 1 takes this leap of faith? We have the Hanged Man, and one card for what happens if they do not take this leap of faith over the next 3 months. What is their life if they do not take that leap of faith? Temperance. We have the Tower, bottom of the deck. You know what, group 1? This feels inevitable. I think that this feels so like intertwined with your destiny. So like whether you are really meant to live in this place, you're really meant to work with this person, with a specific company, you're really meant to study somewhere, whatever this is, you're really meant to start your own business, it's going to happen. But the only difference is you could really prolong it. But with this being the Tower, it feels like it is meant to happen and it is inevitable. Oh my God. You know what I said earlier about you taking that leap of faith and trusting that the moment you jump off this cliff, the universe is going to be there to catch you? And look, this is the universe catching these people, these kids that are falling off of the tower. This is literally the universe catching you, making sure you land on something comfortable the moment you take that leap of faith. Again, that again feels this is inevitable. This is meant to happen for you. So you could prolong it though, because Temperance is it's slow. It's an energy of patience. It's an energy of waiting. It's an energy that takes a while because this is what it feels like. There is an opportunity that is presenting itself to you very soon. Maybe it already presented itself to you. For others of you, it's presenting itself to you over the next 30 days. If you take it, it speeds up the process because then you're going straight from A to B. Now, if you don't take it, that destination, it's still there for you, but it's going to take much longer to get there. So you could really speed it up if you take this invite or you take that opportunity or whatever it is, it'll speed it up drastically. Like for example, that living situation example, or that invite. If you take it, then you could maybe go immediately. You know, you could get started on this new career path or this new life or this job, like, or the invite to go meet with people or whatever, you're jump starting it. But if you don't take it, or you deny, or you don't act on the invitation, you don't act on the acceptance, then maybe it takes another six to, how many months is this? 10, 14? Maybe it takes the next 14 months for the next invite to come out. Like, it's like, so it'll still happen because it is meant for you, but the universe is giving you something very specific right now in your current energy over the next 30 days that will literally jumpstart it to go from 0 to 100 very quickly. And that's what they want for you. They want you to not overthink it, and they want you to do it like right now, rip that Band-Aid off. But if you were to wait, it's going to take at least a year to the next 14 months for a similar opportunity to come up. And it also feels like the opportunity might not be as good. Say you wait thinking, okay, there's going to be another opportunity. It won't be as good. It won't be as direct. It'll require you to do more hard work. But this feels like A to B, very direct. It puts you in a specific place with a specific person or a specific something very quickly. And that's what I like about this Hanged Man, is if you, over the next 3 months, if you do this, it gives you that wake-up call. It gives you that realization of like, oh, this is meant to happen for me. I'm meant to take this. And I'm also, it feels like you're meant to have blind faith, because they're not showing you the whole picture right now. They just want you to do it. And it just, yeah, you move into it much quicker if you take the opportunity. Now, this is still a slower energy. So Spirit is saying, if you do take this opportunity that is presenting itself to you over the next 30 days, you're not going to just become a millionaire overnight. Like, this is not, this, whatever this is, it's not going to blow up immediately. But it puts you on the direct path of putting work into it and starting to build it. So say if this takes 14 months for the next opportunity to come in, the longer time frame, then the shorter time frame would be, say, you're already working in the next couple of months. In the next few months, you already landed the job. You're already living somewhere. You already are getting recognized for your business. You know, it still requires work, but it'll be much quicker. But it is inevitable. So I love that. And that's why this energy is so exciting. Now, my last thing is, what is the one power move your guides want you to make this week to align with your highest success? So this week specifically, Spirit, what is one thing you want Group 1 to do this week as a power move that helps them align to this path and their highest success? The Star. Okay, 7 of Cups, bottom of the deck. The one thing they want you to do this week is make the decision. Because that's what I was sensing in the very beginning too, with that Neptune energy. There is this, peacocks could also be a significant sign for you. There's this energy of, I want to do it, but I'm nervous. So they want you to make the decision to come out of that comfort zone over the next 7 days. Because only when you make that decision and you are standing outside of the comfort zone, because if you're in the comfort zone and you're locked up in your house, how is this person going to find you to invite you somewhere? How is this opportunity or this acceptance or whatever it is, how is it going to find you in the next 30 days? How is somebody going to offer to have you live with them or have a place for you to stay? Like, there's something here where you have to take action to reach out to people, to network, to put yourself out there, to apply to jobs, to apply to schools. You have to make the decision to come out of that comfort zone in order for this opportunity to land in your lap. So if you don't, then it's never going to find you. It's going to take much longer, not never, it's going to take much longer to find you. But even if you did not, like, say you don't do anything, you don't come out of that comfort zone, you don't make the decision that you're going to do something, that you're going to take this new path in life, if you don't do anything, this opportunity will miss you. And you will find some opportunity in the future, but it won't be as direct as this. It'll require you to work harder. Like, this feels like a direct shot from A to B. But this feels like, okay, you know, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to work harder. So They need you to make this decision now, and they need you to come out of that comfort zone now, because your dream is valid. It's valid. It's realistic, because you have that dream because it is meant for you. But if we're just going to dream about it forever and we're not doing anything about it, it doesn't go anywhere. So over the next 7 days, they want your power move. It's as little as saying, I'm ready. It's as little as networking or applying or sending your portfolio out, sending your resumes out, talking to people, coming out of that comfort zone. That's what is required, because that's the only way that'll lead to the life-changing opportunity that will present itself. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Let's get some advice. Oh my gosh, the star twice, guaranteed success, literally. That's what I'm saying. The spotlight is on you. You have to channel that inner Leo. You have to channel that energy, the fire within you. Because if you don't and you get boggled down in that Neptune Pisces, you'll never get out of it. Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. Some of you, you could be upset about upset about something that you can't control. For some of you, maybe there was a different opportunity that you wanted, but it missed you, or you didn't receive it and you're really sad about it, but the universe is saying, well, we have something else. That's why it didn't find its way to you. Ring, a marriage will take place either romantic or business. That is like the third time that we're seeing this counterpart energy. So this career path definitely leads you to your soulmate, group 1. Leads you to business opportunities, but definitely leads you to your romantic soulmate. September. And then let me get some divine direction cards for you. Advice for group 1. Heal. You have a natural gift for healing through your hands, words, or actions. Didn't I say that in the very beginning? Like you're meant to help people? Animals. Oh my gosh, and you chose the deck that has animals. Animals are important to you. Animals heal, comfort, and relax you. Abundance. Great news is heading your way. Abundance is coming to you in many forms. Yeah, I pretty much already said that. So that's nice. And then we have meditate. Reconnect with your inner spirit. Walk, practice yoga, meditate, or listen to music. Focus. You're in need of a clear direction. Decide what you want in life. That is make the decision, clearly. Universe is saying to you, all right, it's time to finally do something. Strength. You have an enormous amount of strength and courage. Remain focused, stand tall, and shine. Love it. The initials A could be significant. We have A out here twice. H, M, F, S. Any of that could be significant. Okay, group 1, this is what I'm seeing for you. I absolutely think you are meant to go down this path. And I think when you do, or you at least invite it and you accept it, you're about to have a massive transformation in your life. But thank you so much for being here. If you want to book a private reading with me, go ahead and email me. We can have a one-on-one session where we talk over Zoom. We could also have a pre-recorded reading where I send you your reading back to you. But if you're interested, go ahead and email me. And I do have a Patreon with exclusive content, and the viewers on Patreon get to suggest the monthly readings. So if that is something you're interested in, go ahead and check out the link. It's in the description below. Thank you so much for being here. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. If you chose this Empress with the Antique Anatomy Tarot and this Shiva Lingam stone, this is your group. Hello, group number 2. Why did I just blank out for a second? Group 2, thank you so much for being here. There is a message that's coming through very strongly as I sat down for this group. So I just want to mention this before we go into the breakdown. But with this Empress here, And the way this Empress just looks very exposed, very vulnerable, and very empty, it feels like you need to prioritize yourself. I feel like this energy is saying that you are not prioritizing yourself to the point of truly just like depleting your entire soul, your entire energy, taking care of others or prioritizing others. There's something here on like you have totally lost sight of like why you started something, and you've totally lost sight of yourself because you are the prize. You are the divine feminine. But I think up until now, you've been living a life where people are just taking and taking from you, and you are feeling incredibly drained and unfulfilled and empty because of it. And Spirit is saying, like, it's time to change that. So this just feels like a very specific energy. So if that kind of resonates with what you are dealing with in life in general, then I definitely think this is your group. But let me show the breakdown. I just wanted to mention that before I forgot, but here's the breakdown. There is a lot to talk about, and I'm going to give you the honest truth about your current job/career path. So we're going to start off with the current energy. What is the true energy of your current job/career path? We'll see, how is this job currently affecting your long-term growth? Is it a steady climb or is it a silent burnout? We'll see, in what ways does this current job serve your higher purpose here on earth, or is it distracting you from it? We'll also get, this is one I'm really excited for, your green light. Over the next 30 days, what specific sign, event, or events should you look for that tells you it's officially time to stay or walk away? We'll see, what is your parallel path, meaning we'll see what does your life look like in 3 months from now, with 2 options. The first option is if you stay in the current energy, and the second option is if you move on. And then we'll also see what is the advice from Spirit. What is the one power move your guides want you to make this week to align with your highest success? So these are like a very specific things at the end of the reading. But yes, this is the breakdown. So that energy was coming through very strongly. I'm going to move this over here, and I'm actually going to go in with an energy check first. We're going to do the energy check with that first question anyway, but I just want to go in and just see a quick pre-energy check, I guess. Just see, what is group 2's current energy in life? Doesn't have to be a career, but what is group 2's overall energy? Okay. And then I also have these astro dice. The Sun. Wow, you have 2 major arcanas. You have the Sun and you have the Empress. I also just saw 3, 4, 5 on the time. This is Leo energy. The Empress is Venus, Taurus, and Libra energy. Oh, you're incredibly optimistic. I feel like even though life has been tough for you in general, life in general, career or not, even though life has been tough, you're very optimistic right now that you're going to get yourself out of it. There is this energy of like personal drive, personal power. I think for some of you, or maybe for this group in general, you have realized that you have been losing yourself in the process of something, and it feels like you're taking your power back. So I love that. Let's just get some extra energy here for group 2's current energy. Oh, yes. Okay, 8th house. We have the moon. And then we have Capricorn. Oh yeah, I love it. I love to see the 8th house here because this is the transformation. This is the transformation that you're going through, and that's exactly what's happening with this Empress energy. You are realizing that you gave too much of yourself to a situation, whether this is people in your life, whether this is a career path, whether this was a specific job. It just feels like you're going through a massive death and rebirth, a massive internal and external change, and it is really aligning you to the person you're meant to be. And this death and rebirth is what made you realize that your life has to change. Because I think up until a certain point, you were just cruising. You were just doing the same things, living that same cycle over and over again. And then something finally hit you. it feels like a slap in the face, and not like literally, but it feels like that's how intense it was. Like you had some kind of a moment where like something just like hit you in the face and you're like, what am I doing? What is this life? You know, and that's the tower. That's the tower moment of totally, completely falling apart, to where you just like, you're just like so stunned when you have that realization. You're just so stunned and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is the life I was living. It's like you're waking up to the realization of who you were up until this point. And I think that's the best thing that could have happened to you. For some of you, if it hasn't happened yet, then it will happen very soon, because it is a part of your current energy here. So that is the best thing that could happen, because even if it's scary, even if it puts you back on square zero, even if you have to start over to rebuild yourself, at least you're on the right path. At least you're building yourself to be a version that is aligned to your higher self. If you did not have that destructive fallout and that death and rebirth, then you would have never noticed these things. You would have never learned anything. You would have never known that you had to get out of something. It feels like you were in sinking sand, but you didn't realize you were sinking until one day you had that massive wake-up call. And I do think that's the best thing that could have happened. And I think that's why you feel good, because the sun is a very happy energy. So it feels like that's what made you realize you are the prize. You have power to take charge of your life. Like that's when you realize everything comes back to you. You know, you are the prize here, group 2. And that's why it just feels so good for you to take your power back and to not give it away freely. And to now finally I'm hearing like you're structuring your life in a certain manner. And it's like none of this made sense to you before. Also, I'm thinking about your childhood. For some of you, there could be wounds, active wounds from your childhood that made you this way, that made you give of yourself in the way that you did. Maybe like cultural things, traditions, something with your childhood or the way you were brought up. And I think you're realizing, this tower moment is making you realize that, for one, your childhood or the way you were raised does not define you. You have the power to define yourself, but also that if things happen, which is valid, we all have trauma, whatever has happened, it is time to heal them. You know, you're never going to be able to be free and live the life you're meant to live if you're still carrying wounds, open wounds from a young age. But also, for some of you, you're realizing that you don't have to carry on these cultural traditions or these family traditions. You can live the life that you want to live. You can create your own traditions. You can do anything. Like, I think you're realizing that you don't have to continue something that was continued through people before you. And this is also making me think of ending generational curses, generational trauma. You're realizing, I don't have to continue like this. So that's a very powerful wake-up call that you are going through, or that you will go through. And I do love this, because it just feels like you just hit a point where you just don't have more of yourself to give. And that's what caused this tower moment. But you're rebuilding yourself. The fact that we see the legs here, even if you're only halfway done rebuilding yourself, you're still rebuilding yourself. And one day you will be whole again. Yeah, same thing with the moon. I think there's something directly tied to like the mother. I'm thinking about the mother, which is what was making me think of the childhood wounds, or generational trauma, maybe generational trauma that has been passed down through your mother, or like feminine expectations that were passed down through generations of the women that came before you. Family expectations, generational expectations, especially if you are a woman yourself. And I definitely think this is like a massive purge. This is a massive energetic purge with that 8th house and the moon. The moon is your subconscious. It's the things that are hidden in the deepest, darkest of the crevices, the things that you don't want to shine light on, the things that you don't want to be honest with yourself about, but it is all coming to light. The sun is literally shining on your deepest, darkest, most intense wounds and intense secrets possible, intense ancestral whatever. Like, it's like, because I hate using the word curses, but it's like this light is shining directly on it, and that's what's causing that fallout. So that's why it feels like an energetic purge, because it's literally going to the deepest part of you, part of your soul, and it is pulling it out so it can be removed from your energetic field. And I love Capricorn, because Capricorn is incredibly disciplined and it's incredibly structured. This is Saturn. So some of you could be going through your Saturn return right now, and that's why this is like a heightened energy. But for others of you, you're taking what you are learning, you're really implementing it in your everyday life, and you are structuring a new life. You are rebuilding a new life for yourself. And I love it. So that's what I'm seeing for my very in-depth energy check. So if that resonates with you, and even this feels like a rebirth, it's like you're a kid again. You're starting your life over again. But that feels like the energy check. So let's get into answer your questions with your career here. Okay, first question. What is the true energy of your current job/career path? What is the true energy of Group 2's current job/career path? Page of Rods. That's the Page of Wands. Let me clarify. What is the true energy of Group 2's current career/job? The King of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. For some of you, I think this is the energy that I'm sensing for Group 2. It just feels like, whether it was in multiple aspects of your life or if it is specifically career for some of you, it just feels like you're not being recognized to your truest potential. You're not being recognized to your highest potential, to what you can truly give and what you are giving. That's what it feels like. It feels like you are giving to your highest potential, but you're not being recognized for it. You're like, I don't think you're being like belittled, but maybe it's like, maybe you are. Maybe it's like this overworked, underpaid, you're not getting credit where it's due. Because it feels like your ultimate potential is this King of Pentacles, King or Queen of Pentacles. You're capable of a lot, but you're being treated as a page. You're being treated as a kid. You're being treated as somebody that doesn't have a lot of experience or that is immature, but you're the total opposite of that. And because you are mature, you do have experience. This also feels like the energy of like somebody who has like years and years of experience in something, but they're stuck in an entry-level position because their boss or this company refuses to move them up, refuses to give them that raise, or it's kind of like you're stuck in that entry-level position even though you're a master at it. And it's not fair. And I think that not only are you being advised to take your power back in your life in general, but it's to take your power back from whoever this is or whatever this is, whether it's your boss or whether it's this company that is treating you this way, because you're a human being and you don't deserve to be treated like this, especially if they are belittling you. If you are the senior, you could perform, you're performing at a senior level, but you're getting paid as an entry level. Like something's not adding up. You're not getting paid for the work that you actually do. You're not being treated with the respect that you actually deserve. You're not being moved up to the position that you actually are worthy of, and you're held stuck at the bottom. And I think this energy, somebody doesn't like you, Group 2. I think this is like the boss or like the coworkers or the people around you. They're very intimidated by you. And whoever is in charge here, they are projecting their insecurities onto you because they want to be as good as you. They want to be as smart as you or as hardworking as you or as talented as you. For some of you, they want to be as attractive as you. Like there's something here to where somebody is projecting their insecurities onto you. And this boss feels very immature, or whoever is like in charge here, they feel very immature. Or the people that you're working with, they feel immature to the sense that like they make themselves feel better about themselves by putting you down. It's almost like they're keeping you in your place, but in a very twisted way to make themselves feel better. Whoa. And I think this is part of that wake-up call, is that how long are you going to give your power away to somebody in a scenario like this? Because you are capable of performing, and you are already performing at a very high level versus your paycheck, versus your status. Wow, I'm so sorry if you are experiencing that. And that's why you feel so drained. Even that Empress, the very initial message of the Empress is like, you have to prioritize yourself. You're not able to move forward because somebody is forcefully keeping you stuck. And I think it's because this person just doesn't, not that they don't like you, it's that they are insecure within themselves because they see a lot of your amazing traits and qualities that they wish they had. So they are holding you down so you don't succeed because of their own twisted immaturity. And it feels like because of it, you've hit a wall. You're frustrated. You've given so much of yourself to a situation thinking, oh, this is the year I'm going to get promoted. This is the year I'm going to get that raise. This is the year they're going to respect me and they're going to see my worth. But Spirit is saying you are the prize already. And everyone already sees that. That's why they're treating you like this. Because people throw rocks at things that shine, as Taylor Swift once said. And that's exactly what's happening. And I think that you are just not aligned. Whether you've been here for a couple months, whether you've been here for a year or years, your soul is not aligned to this company or to this business or to these coworkers or to this boss that you are serving. Maybe you are in the right field because clearly you're very good at what you do. You're very talented in what you do. Maybe you're a quick learner. But this company is not treating you with the respect that you deserve. So I don't see that you have to switch career paths completely, but you definitely have to move away from whatever this company or this organization or the people are, because you are just going in circles. You're not able to move on or move up in life. 555 on the time as I'm saying that. And that is part of the Tower moment. That is part of recognizing what's happening with the moon instead of just suppressing it. Because this is a classic case of like, I'll wait and see. You know, the moon with that subconscious, I'll just put a Band-Aid on it for now. Maybe it'll change. Even though your soul is like so upset on the inside, your human self is like, you know what, we'll just suppress this for a second until it totally falls apart one day. You know what, group 2? I know we haven't got to that 30 days specific sign or event energy, but I actually think what's going to lead to this Tower moment in your job, maybe it leads to Tower moment in all aspects of your life, but specifically with your job, is you might have an argument with somebody. Like you finally had enough, and maybe somebody says something to you or treats you a certain way over the next 30 days to where you kind of like, not like you yell, but you kind of like, you hit a wall. And maybe you do yell, I don't know, or maybe you demand respect for the first time. There's something about you just like that pressure. It's a pressure cooker, and that pressure just keeps building and building and building, and you just snap. And I'm not saying you're going to be violent and you're going to fight somebody, but it's like whether it's an internal snap and you're like, whoa, within yourself, or maybe it is an external snap and you kind of say something to somebody and you storm off. That's like that wake-up call for you. You're going to snap in some way here, and it's going to be at work. Like it's going to be either in a meeting when you're talking to somebody, or it's going to be literally like for example, they throw a whole stack of things on your desk, or they make you come in on the weekend, or they just are so disrespectful and they just treat you like a robot, and you're just like you know what I mean? Like that's what it is. You're there's a final straw moment to where you're like, no, and you just pack up and leave. For some of you, you might not even give it 2 weeks, which Spirit is saying that's okay. Wow. Okay. Let's keep going. How is this job currently affecting your long-term growth? Is it a steady climb or is it a style? Oh my God. This Hanged Man, it's so eerie because they're literally hung by the neck. Like there's literally a noose on this person's neck. And it feels like they have been hung for so long that their body has decomposed to the point that they're just a skeleton. This literally feels like that Empress energy of feeling empty and feeling like you just give and give and give. And you're just that skeleton, like you're literally decomposing energetically. Yeah, it just feels like, sorry to be so like graphic, but it just feels like dead on the inside. Feels like you're already decomposing on the inside energetically. And like, look at the difference between this and this. This is what you want. This is the life you want to live. This is you taking your power back. You demanding respect. You walking away from what's not serving you. There is a message that Spirit is saying, it doesn't matter how long you've been somewhere. Time is nothing. Time is irrelevant. What matters is how you are being treated and how you are being respected and what's happening to you. It doesn't matter if you've been here for 5, 10 years. If you feel like this on the inside, it's time to leave. So this is definitely silent burnout to the max. I don't think you could get more burnt out than a skeleton. Because what comes after the skeleton is like decomp of the actual bones that turns into powder at some point in time. So, I mean, you're like very much gone at the end. Like, how do I say that energetically? You know what I mean? I think you would just know what this feels like. It takes a very specific type of burnout to feel this level on the inside. And you were also drawn to the Antique Anatomy Tarot, which kind of talks about bones. Wow. You guys, this is very straightforward. I apologize if I'm a little too blunt with this group, but I think I'm just frustrated for you because I just feel like how could you I know that you don't mean to allow this to happen, right? Like nobody ever means to let this happen. To get to hit such burnout or such rock bottom. Like nobody ever wants this to happen, and we're not like we're not waking up one day thinking, oh, this is the life I want, you know, but it does feel like to some extent, because of your lack of taking your power back, because of your lack of taking a stance, in a way, this energy feels enabled. It feels like this was allowed, whether you did it on purpose or not. It was allowed to hit such burnout and rock bottom because you never stood up for yourself, or you never corrected something, or you never walked away from this. Because we accept what we think we deserve and we stay there. So definitely silent burnout. How is it affecting your long-term growth? It's not. I think that there is no long-term growth. If you were to stay in this with what I'm sensing, you're already decomposing. So it's like there is no long-term growth. There is no starting over if you stay here. Number 3, in what way does this current job serve your higher purpose here on earth, or is it distracting from it? I think we can already tell that it's distracting from your higher purpose. 3 of Cups in the reverse. Look at that. It says joy, bliss, love. The 3 things that your soul is craving so badly. Look at that. Literally the coffin. Okay. In what way does this job serve your higher purpose here on earth? It's not. It is definitely distracting you from it. It is definitely putting you in a different, it's like really taking you in a completely opposite direction of what your true purpose is here in this lifetime. And I think you even question that. You could even wake up on certain days and just question, you know, this can't be my life, right? Like, was I just put here on earth just to do this? You know, and I think when you start having those thoughts, it's a little dangerous. But Spirit is saying, no, you were not put here on this earth to do this, or to feel this way, or to feel this level of burnout and disrespect. But since you're still here, it is moving in that direction. But it is not serving your higher purpose at all. It is absolutely distracting from it. So then let's see, what is group 2's higher purpose? If group 2 could do anything and live any type of life in this lifetime, what is group 2's higher purpose? Four of coins in the reverse. I do want to clarify this. Let's clarify group 2's higher purpose. Four of Wands. Oh, that's not a 4. 9 of Cups. So the 4 of coins in the reverse is Capricorn. It's actually Sun in Capricorn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This is Venus in Aries, 4 of Wands. And the 9 of Cups is Pisces. It's actually Jupiter in Pisces. So these could be specific astrological placements for you. This is Pisces. Leo. King of Pentacles is Aries and Taurus. This is Cancer. Mercury in Cancer. You could feel very alone and like isolated. Also, you could feel like you don't have anyone to talk to right now, or you don't have anyone to like engage with. Maybe this job has put you in a very isolated energy to where you're like really burnt out and kind of just withdraw to yourself a lot, because your true purpose of what the life you're meant to live is a very fun life. It's a very joyful life. There's a lot of love in this life. There's a lot of emotional satisfaction in this life. You're meant to live a life that is out of your comfort zone. For some of you, this could be physically out of your hometown or the place you've lived for a very long time. But with the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like you're meant to live out of your comfort zone. You're meant to be free. You're not meant to be held down in one place or to one thing. You're meant to be free. Maybe you're meant to travel. Maybe you're meant to work remotely. You're meant to think outside of the box. And I think that's what you're really good at. You're also meant to live a life that you love. With this being Venus, and the 4 of Wands, again with the Sun, is one of the happiest cards in tarot, in my opinion. You're meant to have a garden. You're meant to have downtime. You're meant to have like a very leisurely downtime. And maybe you like to garden. Maybe you like to spend time in nature. You're meant to be out in the world, not isolated. You're meant to be out in nature, not cooped up in a cubicle. You're meant to have self-expression. Whatever it is right now, it has really taken away your self-expression. You're really meant to pursue your talents. Even if it's not a conventional 9 to 5, I think that's what it is. Like for this group, it really feels like whatever you're meant to do, for some reason, I'm really thinking about like IT or like coding or engineering, something like that for some of you. But it feels like maybe the type of work that you do is like a 9 to 5 job, but you're meant to like have flexibility with it and to make it your own. Maybe you're meant to have your own startup company. Maybe you're meant to create your own apps. Maybe you're meant to like take whatever it is that you're already good at. And with this being Pentacles, it feels like whatever you're good at, it's not necessarily like creative. It's not necessarily like art. That's what I mean. It's not like art. It's not like music. Maybe it is, but this feels very like boring. I hate to use that word, but this feels like the average person wouldn't view this as like a creative endeavor. But this feels very like realistic in some way. I don't know. Like it's like maybe you're meant to live a more unconventional life, but the job itself is very realistic. That's why I'm thinking about coding. I don't know why, because we live in a world right now where coding is in demand, right? Like this IT stuff is very much in demand. And you're meant to use those skills that you have, but maybe create your own startup, create your own platforms, or it's like at least you're meant to have authority and leadership. You're meant to be a senior in that role. You're meant to work your way up in this. But again, with this being Pentacles, it just feels like a very realistic. It does feel like you look at a computer or like you look at some kind of technology on a regular basis for your job. Like this doesn't feel like somebody that wakes up and just like paints whatever they feel that day. Maybe it is for some of you, but I just don't see that. I just don't see it being like artsy. But I think you love what you do and you're very good at it. It's kind of nerdy, quote unquote. I don't know why it's coming through like that. Like maybe other people think it's like kind of nerdy, but I think you're very good at it. And you demand a high level of experience, or you have a high level experience, so you demand that level of authority that comes with your level of experience. But with the Four of Wands here and this, it really feels like flexibility and freedom, maybe to create your own schedule or to like demand authority. You're meant to be in a position of authority. You're meant to be in a senior level role of something to where people look up to you. And yeah, so it does feel like the life you're meant to live. I do think it is what you do already, but it's in a very different way than how it is right now. So I think I would say as of now, it is really taking away from that lifestyle that you're meant to live. But I do think you're meant to do whatever you are doing. You're meant to go really, really high up with it. For some of you, this feels like entrepreneurship, like starting your own startup, starting your own company, starting your own apps, breaking free from partners that don't respect you. I don't know why I'm heavily thinking about technology for this group. Like tech is coming through very strongly. Like that is your calling for a lot of you. Even like AI stuff. Okay, so now your green light. We did kind of get a feeling of like some kind of a straw that broke the camel's back over the next 30 days. But let's answer more specifically. Is there a specific sign, event, or events over the next 30 days that group 2 should look out for that'll tell them it's officially time to walk away? There's that There's that 4 of coins again, but it's upright. Oh no, this is 5 of coins. Oh, wait a second. Was it 5 of coins before? I really thought it was the 4 of coins. I think it would essentially, okay. We'll take that as the 4 of coins for that earlier energy, because that's what I thought it was, but this is the 5. Let me get one more card. Specific sign or event that is going to happen over the next 30 days. Oh my. That is going to happen in the next 30 days. That tells group 2 it's officially time to walk away. 5 of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Hermit. High Priestess. Okay, I definitely think there is going to be a scenario over the next 30 days that makes you feel belittled. Like it makes you feel very sad. I'm going to be so honest. Like something happens to where you are like embarrassed. Like somebody embarrasses you, somebody belittles you, or somebody like puts you out in the cold somehow, like rejects you, and you feel upset. And with the 5 of Cups in the reverse, you can't rationalize it the way you have before. That feels like in the past, whenever moments like that happened, you would brush it off or you would somehow rationalize it in your brain. Like you'd be like, I don't know what you would say to yourself, but you would say something and you would kind of learn to move on from it, or you tell yourself, just ignore it. You know, like there's something about like you just kept up with this because you were ignoring it, or you would just like somehow rationalize it away. But it's like, this feels like you're not going to be able to do that. Like this is truly the straw that breaks the camel's back and you're done. And especially now that you're watching this, and this would happen over the next 30 days after you watch this, now you have the insight. So when it does happen, that's your wake-up call. Because maybe if it happened before, you would have dismissed it and tried to ignore it and move on. But now that you know that Spirit is specifically giving you this as a green light wake-up call that whenever this happens, it is time to walk away. It is truly a sign from the universe that it's time to walk away. So now that you have the insider knowledge, when this happens, you can't rationalize it anymore. If anything, you're going to be incredibly shocked and you're going to be like, oh my God, it's time to walk away. And we have the High Priestess and the Hermit here. This feels like the moment this finally like happens for you and you have that rational, you have that realization, it's like your intuition is going off. You're like, oh my God. I can even hear you saying, oh my God, Maya was right. Like I hear you saying something really funny in the moment, even though it's not a funny scenario, but I hear you thinking like, oh my God, like she was onto something. But yeah, like your intuition is very strong the moment it happens. Because then your intuition is saying, yep, that's it. Let's go. That's the wake-up call. And I think because you have this insider knowledge, you take the wake-up call and you walk away from this. I think this is exactly how you quit and you leave to find something else or to just do some, pursue a different path. But I think that's like the wake-up call. Okay, so your parallel path. What will your life look like in 3 months? We'll do the first card for if you stay, what will it look like over the next 3 months? And then if you move on, what will it look like? So for group 2, what will their life look like if they stay in this job for the next 3 months? 6 of coins. And what will happen if they walk away over the next 3 months? Two of coins, the Magician. I actually think this is meant to be in the reverse. I think that one way that, there's the 4 of coins. Yeah, freedom. Look at that. One way that you have rationalized this up until now is you kept telling yourself, I think maybe it'll get better. Like, let me just give it the benefit of the doubt because I think it will get better. I don't want to leave because I've invested so much time into this if it's going to get better. I think that's like the breadcrumbs. Either somebody's breadcrumbing you, telling you, oh, maybe it'll get better. Maybe we'll give you that raise. Or this is you saying it to yourself. But over the next 3 months, if you choose to stay and continue this, I think especially once you have this wake-up call and you still choose to stay, this is you really realizing like, okay, this is incredibly one-sided. With the 6 of Pentacles, it just feels like the work is one-sided, the rewards are non-existent. Everything just feels like very out of balance. You're the only one putting time and effort into something and you're not receiving it in return. For some of you, I feel like you could be working fast food. Or you could be working like fast food, coffee shops, like in one of these scenarios and just being treated really bad. And you're realizing that it's not getting better. Because up until now, that's maybe what you told yourself that it would, but it's not. So if you choose to stay, I think you're just kind of very stagnant. But you have the realization now. And that's making you realize, oh yeah, like this is not working in my favor. And then if you choose to walk away over the next 3 months, I even love the color scheme. There's beautiful flowers on this. And you see there's 2 hearts on this. The 2 of Pentacles is equality. Even if you're starting over, because we're going from a 6 to a 2, you're happier and you're much more aligned to the frequency that you want to be in. The happiness that you want to attract, the heart, the emotional fulfillment that you want in life, you're much closer to it here than if you were to say, see, there's no hearts in this. There's just like the brain split in half. Whatever this is split in half. Oh, this is the bone that's in your neck. This is something. This is like the pelvis, I think. Whatever this is. It's like there's no emotional satisfaction. Actually, if we look at any of these, there's no heart in any of these cards. There's no emotional satisfaction in any of these cards that we're talking about. But yeah. Even though you're going from having a job to maybe starting over, maybe having to find a new job, maybe, you know, you're kind of starting over, right? Like you're not where you were. But even though you're kind of like moving from that 6 to a 2, you're so much happier. You're not feeling like that anymore. And I think you would much rather start over, even if you don't have much, than you would to be here and have some stability but feel like that. So I think your life is balancing out, especially emotionally, the moment you walk away over the next 3 months. And I love this because this really feels like freedom. The fact that we have the Magician, Spirit is reminding you, even when you choose to walk away, and even if you feel like you're starting over from square one, you have all the tools right in front of you. Like you already possess the talents or the skills or the experience to find something new. You're not really starting over from scratch. You already have the tools in front of you. And this time, you have the experience of what happened, and you're going to make sure it doesn't happen again. And the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, it just feels like you're finally free. You're finally cut loose from whatever was holding you back over the next 3 months. And you finally, oh my God, look at that. I feel like this is what kind of it feels like if you don't leave. And then this feels like if you do leave. Okay, so I love that. It's truly a brand new beginning for you if you do leave. So now let's get advice on the power move. What is the one power move your guides want you to make this week to align with your highest success? What is the one power move Group 2 should make this week that will align them to their highest success? Ace of Swords. This feels like cut it off, cut away from it. Six of Swords. Six of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Wands, which was your main card that came out. They want you to leave. A power move that you can realize over the next week is that you have the power. You are the powerful one. You are the one that possesses all these qualities, not the people that are trying to hold you back. And you are not losing anything if you walk away from it, but they are losing you. But you're not losing yourself because you are yourself. And I think that something that could help you align with your highest success is truly, I'm seeing this as like cutting off. Like for some of you, maybe you're literally quitting over the next week. Maybe this aha moment happens over the next week because this is forward movement. This is stop holding yourself back and let's get back on track. This is that clarity, the breakthrough. This is also the strength for you to quit or for you to say what's on your mind. This is this is a knife here, but traditionally this is a sword, and it's the sword of truth. It's the sword that's sharp to cut, sharp enough to cut. Your words are sharp enough to cut. So use them. Stand up for yourself in that sense. And I love the Six of Swords is here because that shows that you're ready to transition and to move on from this. You're definitely having that clarity over the next week about moving on from this scenario. And when you finally sit in that clarity, then you feel like the world, there's no limit. You can do anything. You can go anywhere. There's nothing holding you back. It's like the moment you cut free from whatever is keeping you hung, the world is your oyster. I don't know what other saying there is. It's like the possibilities are endless and the power is in your hands. See, you have the power to take your hand and to do something, to maybe take that hand and that sword and let's get rid of that rope and let's go. The power lies within you. And that is your power move. For some of you, it's literally quitting. Obviously, don't be irresponsible with it. I'm not giving any advice or anything. I'm just saying what Spirit is saying. Do everything at your own risk. Please don't come at me. Nothing is guaranteed. Take all of this with a grain of salt. But I do think for a lot of you, you are getting ready to leave over the next over the next week. Or at least you're finding the clarity to leave and to start over in your life and to move on. Okay, let's get some advice. Man, dealings or relationship with a man. Whoa, man and dark man. Dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. I don't know if this is someone new. I don't know if you already know this person. I don't know. But we got, oh, look at that. Broken ring. Parting of the ways in either romance or business. I feel like that is very on point with this walking away energy. Maybe for some of you, there's a man and a job that you're walking away from simultaneously. And that's finally what frees you to go do whatever you want, to live the life that you want. It doesn't have to be a man, it could be a woman. Just a relationship that you're also walking away from. Chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. I also feel like, oh, look at that. We have wind chimes with peace and harmony, and we have coins. Money will be coming to you. This feels like a new position is opening up for you. Not only is someone new entering your life, but there's a new position, a new job that's waiting for you to fill it. Let's get some more advice here. Trust in your intuition, in what you are feeling, sensing, seeing, or experiencing, literally. 1717 on the time, as I said that, literally. That's the High Priestess. Your intuition has been trying to speak to you for a while, but I don't know if you're listening to it. Oh, I think my cat's scratching at the door. Birth? This is the time of new beginnings, literally. Embrace the new life with open arms, literally. Again, take it with a grain of salt. Don't do anything irresponsible, but it's what I'm seeing. Recharge. Please slow down. It's not selfish to take time out to look after yourself. Holiday. It's time to go on that holiday you've been dreaming about. Live life. Yeah. It's time to put yourself first. We have protection. You're not alone. You're being looked after by your spirit guides and angels. It's not selfish to put yourself first, and it's time to put yourself first. Group 2. All right. If you want to book a private reading with me, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. If you want exclusive content, I have a Patreon that is also linked in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. But thank you so much for being here. I apologize if I was a little too straightforward, if I was a little too harsh, but that's how I am, you guys, because I care about you. I want the best for you. And we don't get to the best if we're sugarcoating things. We need to get straight to the point. So thank you so much. I do all of this with love. I come with love, everyone. But thank you. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose the Star Spinner Tarot with the 3 of Wands and this purple seer stone with the astrological placement of Sun in Aries, this is your group. Hello, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for being here. I just realized you're group 3 and you chose the card number 3. So yeah, the number 3s could be significant for this group. There is a quick message that was coming through before I go over the breakdown for you guys. Because the initial message that I got when I sat with this intro card here is that you want to do something. You want to take a leap of faith towards something. And I think this is something you're passionate about, or like you feel drawn to this thing, but for some reason you're not doing it yet, or you're like waiting for the right time, or you're just, for some reason you just haven't done it. But I think you're thinking about it and like you want to do it, and maybe you're like, you know, in the future at some point, or like I will do it, but just not yet. There's something about like the time is now, because especially with this being the Sun in Aries, the Sun is in Aries right now. You know, 111 as I'm saying that. So there's something here about like Spirit is saying, stop waiting, you know, do it now, pursue the thing you want to do now. And when I was thinking about that, the tornado siren went off because where I live, this might be like a country thing, I don't know actually, but where I live, the first Monday of every month, they play the tornado sirens to like make sure it's still working or whatever. I think that's why they do it. I don't know why else they would do it, but they just check it on the first Monday of every month, which is today. So literally, like the moment I sat down and I was thinking about like group 3 needs to get started on something and needs to stop pushing it off, the tornado siren went off. So that felt like a massive confirmation from spirit that I am channeling the right energy for this group. And especially because this is Aries. Aries is all about, oh my God, of course I spit. I just wiped this desk down too. Aries is all about, you know, confidence. It's fiery, it's passionate, it's forward moving. It doesn't just sit there. It doesn't dwell on it. It's not passive. So there's something here on like you have been in that passive state about this for a while, and it's finally time to do it. Finally time to take charge towards this. So that was coming through very strongly. I do feel like that is what we're going to be talking about for the group today. But let's go over the breakdown. Also, the other thing is I recorded group 1 and 2 like over a week ago. Like it was literally like 2 weeks ago. So I like recorded the first 2 groups, stopped because I got sidetracked on other videos and readings, and then now I'm finally picking it up back up. So yeah, my hands look a little different, and if the energy feels different, it's literally because it's 2 weeks later. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and look at your current job / career, and I'm giving you the honest truth. So we're gonna start off with looking at, well, we'll look at your current energy first, but then we're gonna see what is the true energy of your current job / career path. How is this job currently affecting your long-term growth? Is it a steady climb or is it a silent burnout? We're going to see in what way does this current job serve your higher purpose here on earth, or is it distracting you from your higher purpose? We're going to see what is your green light over the next 30 days, which is a specific sign or event or events should you look out for that tells you it's officially time to stay or walk away. We're going to see what is your parallel path. What will your life look like in 3 months from now if you stay versus if you move on? We'll also see advice from spirit. What is the one power move your guides want you to make this week to align with your highest success? So this is all about career, job / career. And because there's this energy of like, there's something you want to do, but you haven't done it yet. For some of you, then we might, you know, we'll see what the cards are saying. And then for others of you, how else can I interpret the 3 of Wands? The 3 of Wands normally talks about waiting on something to come in. You know, you put something out there and now you're waiting on the ships to return. You're waiting on the results. You're waiting on the investment. You're waiting on the return on investment to come back to you in some way. But for some of you, that could be it. Like you already put something out there and now you're waiting for it to grow. But for others of you, there's just this energy of like, you're a little bit afraid to finally take that leap of faith. Because the way this fairy thing is like flying, it's making me think of the Fool. And it makes me feel like this is the cliff right here. But the Fool hasn't like taken that leap of faith off the cliff. They're kind of like hovering by the cliff and they're like looking out into the distance, and they can like maybe even fly a little bit and kind of see what's going on. It's like you have a good perspective or a good idea of it, or maybe you're very like in tune with the world that this lives in. But like you haven't fully taken that leap of faith for some of you. For some of you, maybe you wanted to do this since you were very young. You know, this is making me think of a kid or from your childhood, or this has been a dream for quite some time. With the 3 stars here, it also feels like you're waiting on perfection. Like you're waiting to really perfect this skill, or you're waiting on like until everything is perfect. Whether it's like physically everything is perfect, whether it's your timeline and what's happening in your life, like you're just waiting to receive all 3 stars. And the universe is saying, well, you might never receive all 3 stars, but that doesn't mean this should never happen or that you should not pursue it. It means you're almost waiting for something to like prove to you for you to do this. But the universe is saying, but you're already ready to do this. And it also feels like you waiting maybe for proof, waiting for the right time, waiting for that perfection energy. Maybe that even is some kind of like a defense mechanism, because in a way it keeps you safe, because it keeps you, you know, in your comfort zone and you're still in that bubble, but you're telling yourself, well, I'm just waiting on the right time. I'm just waiting on the right sign. But Spirit, again, wants you to ask yourself, you know, is that a defense mechanism that you're using in order to not pursue something? Or, you know, or yeah, or is it real? Like, is it really that the timing is not right? Which is interesting to view it that way. So I want to go ahead with the dice here. I also have this deck here. I just want to get your current energy. Just whoever you are for group 3, I want to do group 3's current energy, and if it doesn't sound like you, definitely check out a different group. But let's see, what is group 3's current energy here? We have the South Node. We have Capricorn. And we have the 3rd house. Ooh, for some of you, you could have your South Node in your 3rd house, but I heard there could be limitations for you that are based on your environment, on your immediate environment, or based on some kind of a family dynamic. Like for example, say there's something you want to do, but you're not living in the right place to pursue it. And that is something that's actually holding you back. So there is something about like your immediate environment that is hindering the new beginning here towards this thing. An example that I can think of is like Broadway, right? Very specific example. Say that you've always had a dream that you want to make it onto Broadway, but say you live in a town that does not have theater, like at all, or like that doesn't support the right classes and the right training and the right opportunities for you to make it onto Broadway. So then when you're living in that town, maybe you're saying to yourself, well, I don't have the opportunities, so maybe this is not for me. But Spirit is saying, no, it's actually just the environment that you're in is hindering you pursuing this. Because if you were to move to a city where, you know, there's a lot of opportunities and classes and training, and you could really get, you know, into the right place at the right time, then maybe you do have a shot to make it, you know? So there's something here for some of you that it's actually your physical environment that is hindering the growth here, and that's keeping you stagnant with that South Node. Capricorn, some of you could have, so like, yeah, you could have your South Node in the 3rd house. You could have Capricorn in the 3rd house. Some of you could have South Node in Capricorn. Capricorn is very much a return on investment with what I was saying earlier. Capricorn is very hardworking. It's very stable. It plans. Capricorn is like the auditor. It takes everything one step at a time. It doesn't rush through anything. This Capricorn energy is really interesting. So if you have your South Node in Capricorn, then you would have your North Node in Pisces. I'm sorry, not Pisces, in Cancer. Because they're opposites. So, oh, that's interesting. So I guess, yeah, if you have your South Node in Capricorn, you would have your North Node in Cancer. Oh, that's so interesting, actually, if we think about it like that, because if your South Node is in Capricorn, your South Node is what you are coming into this lifetime with. It is like your excess baggage. It's like your karmic debt that you are entering this lifetime with, and it's something your soul did in the previous lifetime. So now your North Node is what you are supposed to, that is your destiny in this lifetime. It is what you are supposed to align with. So you're supposed to move away from your South Node, which is what you came in here with, but it's not serving you, and you're supposed to align to your North Node. So if your South Node is in Capricorn and your North Node is in Cancer, then that is a very specific energy because, okay, so let me explain the energy to you. Capricorn is very studious. It's very hardworking. It's very much clock in, clock out, 9 to 5. I'm working, I'm making a living, I'm sustaining myself, but I'm very practical and I'm not going to dream. Capricorn is very realistic. It doesn't allow the mind or the heart to wander too far away because it likes to be in control and it likes to like be very realistic, you know? And I think especially if your South Node is in Capricorn, there's this energy of like, I don't want to dream big. I don't want to like believe in the impossible because I just want to do what I know will give me returns on my investment, what I know will pay the bills, what I know maybe is like the career path, the traditional path, the path that I'm meant to be on. You know, for some of you, it could even have been like a traditional path as well. Like if you were like a masculine energy in a previous lifetime or something, maybe you had more masculine traditional roles, or if you were a feminine energy in a previous lifetime, maybe you had more feminine traditional roles. There's something about that, right? And that's your previous life energy, but that's what you are meant to walk away from in this lifetime. So with Cancer in your, or with your North Node in Cancer, in this lifetime, you're meant to dream a little bigger. You're meant to do what is emotionally fulfilling, not just what is what looks good on paper and what's making you money and what's keeping you satisfied, maybe materially and physically, in that sense. You know what I mean? So in this lifetime, you're meant to pursue a life where you are emotionally fulfilled and you are truly following your intentions and your intuition, and you're happy, and you're building a life that you're genuinely fulfilled with, that genuinely feels right to you, not just a life of, okay, I just have to do this, I have to have a job, I have to work, so I'm working. I think you have to step away from that and step into a more authentic, emotionally fulfilling energy of, I love to do this, so that's why I'm pursuing it, even if it's unconventional, even if it's not super well known, even if it's a niche, even if not everyone knows about it, even if I might not make money right away. There is this level of, if I pursue my passions, then I have to accept that it might be unpredictable, it might be the harder route to go through, but that's what you did in the previous life, is you settled for a life that was sturdy, stable, and gave you what you needed it to give you, but you were lacking emotional fulfillment. So in this lifetime, even if you don't have that stability and you don't have that immediate return, you're at least following your passions. I'm thinking about an artist as well. For example, say in your previous lifetime, or even in this lifetime, you are working a corporate 9-to-5 job, but you're an artistic person, you're creative, you are a painter, right? You are just a very artistic person, and that's what you want to do. But your dream would maybe be to pursue, being a painter, being a sculptor, doing something in art, but maybe your family or your immediate environment or something, or even your mind is telling you, well, that's not practical. Who knows how many years it could take me to make money in that field. And you could be, kind of belittling the idea of it because it's not practical enough. But there's a need for you to follow that intuition in this lifetime and follow what actually makes you emotionally fulfilled. But yeah, there could definitely be something about your immediate environment that holds you back, such as not having the right opportunities available to you. Let's get one more card for group 3's energy check here. So if this sounds like you, definitely keep watching. If your south node is in the 3rd house, then your north node would be in the 9th house, which is all about expansion, Sagittarius energy, infinite growth, infinite wisdom, higher level of knowledge and understanding. Two of Swords. That makes sense. Moon in Libra. So far we have the Sun in Aries. We got South Node in South Node in Capricorn, North Node in Cancer. Yeah, and then 3rd house. Yeah, I think you could be stuck. You could be literally at that cliff right now in where your life is. You're very much tugged. You're okay, do I do the traditional 9-to-5, the traditional path that I know will give me what I want from it, or do I take a risk and take that leap of faith off of the cliff to see where my passions might actually take me? For some of you, this could even be moving, say you're questioning moving to that bigger city or to a place that has more resources for your passion. But there's definitely a stalemate. And I think you're stuck and you're kind of confused. And because you're stuck, you're not making a decision. So that stagnation is just kind of lingering, So let's get into it. Let's answer the questions here. Let's see. Sorry, I just squeaked. If this doesn't sound like you, group 3, definitely check out a different group. I would say group 1 and group 2 are very different so far from group 3. So I'm pretty sure everyone can find an energy that resonates with them today. First, let's go ahead and see what is the true energy of group 3's current job/career path. What is the true energy of group 3's current job/career path? That's a lot. What is the current energy of okay. King of Swords. I don't know why I thought that was King of Wands. King of Swords. Let's clarify. You're incredibly detached. Let's clarify the King of Swords. 6 of Wands and the Hierophant. Magician in the reverse, bottom of the deck. Well, with the King of Swords, what I initially felt is that there is a level of detachment. I think that you could have done very well. You could be doing really well in whatever this job is. Maybe it is, something sustainable long term. It's something you work towards for a while now. With the King of Swords, this is the king, so it's kind of sitting at a much higher position than everyone else. So, and even the bird has a little crown, which I feel like tells me that you've hit some kind of a peak or some kind of a milestone, or you've been sitting at the top for a while, or you're just completely detached emotionally from what you do for work. I think you're successful for sure with the Hierophant and the Six of Wands here. I think that you're finding a lot of success within whatever your current job is, and I think you're doing really well with it. And again, I think people look up to you, people admire you, people want to be like you, people listen to you, whether this is physically, emotionally, mentally, whether you're teaching something, whether it's like you are a mentor for people, and people look up to you and people like you, and you have found success within your current job. But there's a level of detachment, emotional detachment. And I think you don't get your emotions tied into it. I think you strictly view it as like, okay, this is my job, and that's what it is. But this is great. I love seeing the Six of Wands here. So I think for a lot of you, for everyone, for this group, it feels like even if you might feel a disconnect within your emotions here, you're incredibly successful. And you're doing really, really well when it comes to your current career path. So that's interesting then. Let's keep going because now I'm curious what's going on. Let's see. How is this job currently affecting your long-term growth? Is it a steady climb or is it a silent burnout? How is this job currently affecting? Okay, see, a lot of cards are coming out. I just want one, please. How is this job currently affecting your long-term growth? Is it a steady climb or silent burnout? The deck is like going crazy. Okay. Seven of Cups. There it is. On the outside, it looks like you won the lottery. On the outside, whatever this career path is, it's good. It's actually great. Actually, it's amazing. It's not your ordinary job. It's not your ordinary position. I think that you are doing so well with this. I think it feels very comfortable for you. It's very natural for you to be in this position. And even if this is like some kind of a leadership position, it's very natural for you to be here. I think you could have even worked for years to get here. You know what I mean? But there is this disconnect now with the Seven of Cups talking about how is this currently affecting your long-term growth. You're definitely questioning it. I think you've hit certain milestones and you've hit certain accolades and awards and status and recognition and reputation, but now you're like, it feels like there's an emotional disconnect. And that's why it feels like on the outside, it looks like you hit the lottery because you might have the finances, that Capricorn energy, you got the money, you got the bills paid, you got the nice house or the nice car, or it's like and even the status and the reputation, that's perfect. It looks so good on the outside, but on the inside, and that's why you're so emotionally detached, because on the inside, you're emotionally unfulfilled. And I think this is a classic scenario of like, money doesn't bring happiness. And I'm not saying that you went into this with that mindset, but I think that's something a lot of people do, is they pursue the traditional path. They pursue the path that will pay them well. And even if your dreams did come true to some extent, it's like, there's this energy of like, I did this for the security of it. Even if it is a dream, there is the security aspect to it, but now I'm really feeling very unfulfilled within the situation. And you can even feel guilty because, especially if you have the stability and the wealth, you probably feel guilty thinking, I shouldn't feel this way. I should be happy. I have everything, I should be emotionally fulfilled. So because I'm not, I feel guilty about it. And you could even be like forcing yourself to find emotional fulfillment in it. But yeah, there's this, yeah, that's, yeah. That money doesn't bring happiness energy is very interesting. And you could still be doing something that you love, but I don't know, there's just this emotional disconnect. And also, you could feel like there's no room for growth. But I think everything ties back to the emotional disconnect. I think there possibly is room for growth and there is room for other things to happen here. But I think because you're emotionally unfulfilled, it feels stuck. Even if you were to grow, because your heart's not in it, it feels stuck. But this definitely feels like confusion and you're really questioning, is this what I want to do long term? Or you're also questioning, like, how can I be fulfilled? So then in what way does this current job serve your higher purpose here on earth, or is it distracting you from it? In what way does this current job serve your higher purpose here on earth? You could even have a lot of eyes on you. And maybe that's another reason you feel the need to like perform happiness or perform in a certain way when people are watching you. But maybe you are more honest with yourself in private. But there's something here about like there's this physical persona that you have to keep up with because you don't want people to see you crack. But then there's this, you know, internal side to you as well. Dang, that actually makes a lot of sense with the Capricorn South node and a Cancer North node. Because all you want right now is emotional fulfillment and love. And maybe even like that home life that you have, maybe don't have. Maybe it's like you have all these things, but you don't have anyone to share it with. Okay, let's see. In what way does this current job serve Group 3's higher purpose here on earth, or is it distracting you from it? 10 of Wands in the reverse. She's watering the wands, but looks very detached from it. It just feels like you've hit some kind of a max. And I think you're really, let me clarify. You could feel burnt out. You could feel like it's just not worth it anymore for some of you. The 9 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. And this 4 of Swords is very interesting because it's like a person in a coffin. In what way does this current job serve your higher purpose? Dang, and we were talking about Broadway or like being a dancer or something, right? There's that image again of this ballerina, which I feel like could talk about that creative side or just the thing that maybe you really want to do. And this has definitely been put on hold. So whatever your dream is, whatever you feel like your true destiny is in this lifetime, it has been put on hold because you're continuing to pour into something that is keeping you unfulfilled. But for some reason, you feel like you can't walk away. Maybe you feel like you're in too deep. You feel like too many people are relying on you. You spent too long and worked too hard to get here. It also feels like it's that energy of like you work really hard for something, but the moment you get it, you realize it's different than what you envisioned it to be. Like, let me give you an example. Say you're a doctor, right? And to be a doctor, I mean, you have to go through undergrad, you have to go through med school, you have to go through a residency. I mean, this is like years and years and years of dedication, hard work, and working towards something that you thought you wanted. But maybe you're a doctor for a couple of years and you realize, I don't want to do this anymore, or this is just not as emotionally fulfilling as I thought it would be, or this is just not the life I want to live anymore. And I think for some of you, you feel stuck because you put so much time and effort into it. You're just like, can I just walk away? That's why you're stuck, because if you stay, then you're just pouring into something that's like not giving you anything in return. But if you leave, then there's that unpredictability energy of it. And it may be in a way you're really starting over in life or starting a completely new chapter, but you don't know what would happen. But it feels like because maybe you're pouring into whatever this is, like the real thing that you want to do is just sitting on hold. Or maybe for some of you, you even said goodbye to it. In a way of like, you've already accepted you might never be able to live out your dreams. You've already tucked it away deep beneath the earth because you don't think it's possible. You could even be dreaming about the life you want to live, or if there is a certain career path that you want, it's like you're dreaming about it, you're fantasizing about it, but it's very difficult for you to envision it actually coming into your 3D. Which is really interesting. So to answer, in what way does this job serve your higher purpose here on earth? I think it taught you certain skills such as management, like time management, discipline, hard work, consistency. being motivated to get something done. It's taught you about your, it's taught you about how successful you can be, your own confidence, maybe even your own self-worth. It's taught you a lot of good qualities to have here in this world, but I do think it's lacking when it comes to that emotional fulfillment again. And I do think, in a way, to answer the question of, is it serving your higher purpose or is it distracting you from it? I definitely think it's distracting you from it, for sure. Because I think everyone's going to have their different ballerina energy. Like, everyone's going to have a different thing that they envision themselves doing. But I do feel like for a lot of you, that is your true destiny, or that is where your true happiness lies. And this just feels like a ticking time bomb kind of a scenario. So then, what is your green light? So over the next 30 days, what specific sign, event, or events should group 3 look out for that tells them it's officially time to either stay or walk away? I feel like, okay, I don't know. It's interesting, right? I can see why you're stuck, because you have a good job. You have a very stable job that probably could give you returns for a very, very long time. And it seems like, do you want to give up that stability to pursue a passion project, right? So I guess in a way I can see the frustration, because it does sound kind of silly. But at the end of the day, I think this is a question that only you can answer. Like, I cannot give you, I'm just reading what the energies are telling me, but this is a scenario where I feel like it could be 50-50, and it's whatever you want to do. So that's why, let's see, what is group 3's green light over the next 30 days? So this is whether you want to stay or you want to walk away, or maybe I should get 2 different green lights. Okay, then let's do 1 green light for if they should stay over the next 30 days. What is a green light for group 3 if they should stay in this current job? But of course, only if you want to stay, because if you've already made up your mind that you don't want to stay, then don't stay. But this is for those of you who are still in a limbo, or you're still trying to decide. We have the Ace of Cups. So then let's get 1 card for what is the green light for if group 3 decides to walk away from this career path and pursue something else, or branch out into something else. The Star, wow. So we have a major arcana, and then we have an Ace of Cups here. Okay, so I will say right now, if I'm just looking at should you stay, should you go, the energy is seeming a little bit more favorable for you to walk away, to do something else. But because the Ace of Cups is small, it is 1 singular cup. It is 1 singular emotion. It is 1 singular something, but it's not, it could grow into something bigger. It's going to take time. It's slow. It's not, you're not going to go from 0 to 100 instantly. I don't know why my Google is always tweaking. It's not going to go from 0 to 100 instantly, but this is huge. I mean, the Star is healing. It's emotional fulfillment. It's massive compared to an Ace of Cups. So I think the green light, over the next 30 days, you could literally see something about a wish upon a star. I'm even hearing the song, like, when you wish upon a star, it makes no difference who you are. I don't know where that song is from, but like something about wishing upon a star, or like a shooting star. There could be a literal like star somewhere in a very like random place that really sticks out to you. There could be a star card or a star arcana or something to do with the star in tarot that could stand out to you somewhere. Or if the star card is following you when it comes to your career readings, or even if you pull cards for yourself and you're seeing the star a lot, I would say that is your green light. Maybe it's a green star for some of you. And you chose the Star Spinner Tarot. So that's an interesting layover there. Like this, okay, even this looks sad. Like even this looks like if she wanted to stay, she's like, okay, I'll stay. Like it feels like a downer, but this feels like, oh, finally I can breathe. I can spread my wings and fly. So I do think for a lot of you, you staying would keep you in your comfort zone, but it would keep you emotionally unfulfilled. But if you were to leave and pursue the thing you want to pursue, even if it's unconventional, even if it's a little scary and out of the box and unpredictable, I think that's where your true soul is hanging out. That's where your soul wants to be. Okay. Let's see your parallel path. What will your life look like in 3 months if you stay? I feel like I just answered that, but I'll try to get something. What will group 3's life look like in 3 months? 3 months. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. If they stay, what will their life look like in 3 months if they stay? We have the Wheel of Fate in the reverse. Yeah, that totally confirms like everything I was thinking about. So that's the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And then what will their life look like in 3 months if they decide to move on to what they actually want to do? The Fool! Ah, I love it. I love it because I mentioned the Fool to you literally in the very beginning. I was like, that 3 of Wands is making me think of the Fool. And here it is, and it's upright. I love it. So if you stay, you're not going anywhere. You're literally going in a cycle. You're in a loop that never ends. Because the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's just like looping. It's just like there's no end, there's no beginning, there's no satisfaction, there's no nothing. It's just going in circles. But the Fool is a brand new beginning. And what's interesting is like the Fool doesn't have anything except this like satchel, not even a satchel, a bag attached to the stick. Like that's it's symbolic to say that the Fool has nothing. It's truly starting over with just like nothing. And I think that's probably the scariest part for somebody like you that needs structure and wants structure. You don't want to just start off with nothing, but they're saying if you stay in this, even though it's practical and realistic and X, Y, and Z. Even if you stay in it, you're just unfulfilled and going in circles, and you're just feeling so frustrated because you're not able to level up emotionally. But if you do decide to walk away, it's literally 2 major arcana. So it's literally a brand new beginning, and you're also healing yourself and healing your wounds, and also like learning to dream big and learning to put yourself out of the box and out of the comfort zone. And it's like so many transformations are happening because of that. I just saw, my tummy is grumbling. I just saw 3330, and then I just saw 3333. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just realized that my second microphone was paired to the receiver this entire time. My little receiver thing has 2 microphones and I only use one. But sometimes I don't know why that happens. Like that second one just like pairs, even though it's like in the box, like it just pairs. And I don't realize it. And I just realized that the receiver was saying both microphones are on. And I had to turn off the other one. But now I'm a little worried. I hope the audio is not distorted, because I do feel like whenever I listen back to my clips and that other microphone randomly turns on, it distorts the audio a little bit. So, oh gosh, I'm still going to upload this. I hope it's not too muffled or distorted. I apologize, and I'll make a note to like check it periodically throughout my readings, but that's really annoying. But that could be another sign for you too. I don't know, like something to do with microphones turning on, or get started with something that involves a microphone, or maybe two people involved in something, two sets of something, or like one set of 2. Okay, so yeah, I think even if you have to start over in some sense, I think you would be much happier to start over as the Fool, and you would truly start a new beginning in your life. Like that cycle that felt never ending, it's finally ending if you choose it to end. So let's get some advice from Spirit. What is the power move? What is the one power move your guides want you to make this week to align with your highest success? Whoa. Okay, I'll take all of them. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. And then we have Justice. This Queen of Wands is so cute because of the lion. Your power move, first of all, your own confidence, your own inner power, that's what's going to get you from A to B. I think that if you are depending on your mind and depending on logic, I think that's what's keeping you stuck, is trying to do the practical or the realistic thing. And I think Spirit is saying to you, just take a leap of faith, towards your passion, towards what your heart is calling you to do, towards your confidence in that field, because I think that's truly like what's going to get you out of a mental loop that you are stuck in. And we have Justice, and we have the Knight of Wands. Was this meant to be in the reverse? Knight of Wands. I feel like what they're saying to you is take it one step at a time, take it one day at a time. Like, don't do anything super impulsively. Obviously, like, think of a plan before you rip off any band-aids, but the scales will balance itself out, because when you align to the life that you are meant to live, then the scales will automatically balance for you. You're not just going to keep going in a loop. You're balancing the scales. So there's something here on, like, for one, you don't have to try too hard. You really just have to, like, know what you want to do and set the intentions that you're going to do it, and, like, actually take actions towards it in the real world, and the rest will align for you naturally, because something here is very divinely guided for you, and the universe definitely wants you to be a part of this journey. But if there's one power move you can make this week to align to this, I think to stop thinking about it so much, and to do more about it, or to at least feel more about it, instead of trying to use logic to somehow back out of it. But also have faith and trust that, like, something is working out for you the way it's meant to, for sure. But I think, like, sitting in your power and not listening to what others are saying, if there are people around you with that third house that are interfering, but also, like, really, like, planning. Instead of just thinking about it and dreaming about it, let's plan something this week. Let's, like, even just write down a to-do list, or let's just put our ideas down on paper. There's something to just, you don't have to take that leap of faith in the next week, but let's start to take action towards it somehow. Let's get advice for group 3 here. Focus. You're in need of a clear direction. Decide what you want in life. Yeah, quite literally everything I said. 444 on the time. Meditate. Reconnect with your inner spirit. Walk, practice yoga, meditate, or listen to music. Affirm. Create your own affirmations. Think of words or phrases that inspire you and write them down. I was just talking about you writing something down. So maybe journaling, creating a plan physically in a planner is something that can help you. Skills. It's time to learn some new skills, study a course, or start a new hobby. Or this could be skills that you already have, but you are perfecting them now and you're getting better at it, because maybe that's what you want to do. Music. Express yourself by playing an instrument or singing. Music will uplift your spirits. And then let's get some advice from this for group 3. Mule. Someone is extremely unstubborn and willing to change. That could be the energy of, if there is in that third house, in your immediate environment, friends or family, if somebody is, like, even coworkers or a boss, if somebody is, like, dragging you down with them, there's a need to walk away from it and choose a different path that doesn't have them in it. Bouquet. Compliments from an admirer. Ooh, box. You will receive a gift. So you're getting compliments, maybe flowers, and you're receiving a gift that will come in a box. I'm also seeing a dragon. A dragon could be a sign for you over the next 30 days, a dragon, or even like a dragon tattoo. Success. Oh, I love it. And then we have the month of February, bottom of the deck. So, okay, group number 3. Thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. Keep in mind, take everything I say with a grain of salt, you guys. This is just for fun. It's just fun and giggles, and yeah. But if you do feel aligned to book a private reading with me, go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. And I do have a Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content. The viewers get to suggest the monthly reading, so check that out as well. It's in the description below. But thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey guys. If you chose this World card with the Gilded Tarot and this dark blue obsidian, this is your group. Hello, group number 4. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for all of your support on my channel. Whether it's your first time here or if you have watched my readings before, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and run through the breakdown. So this is all about your current job/career, and we're going to look at the honest truth. We're going to look at what is the true energy of your current job slash career path. How is this job currently affecting your long-term growth? Is it a steady climb or is it a silent burnout? In what way does this current job serve your higher purpose here on earth, or is it distracting you from it? Your green light. Over the next 30 days, what specific sign, event, or events should you look for that tells you it's either officially time to stay or walk away? Now we'll see your parallel path. What will your life look like in 3 months from now if you stay versus if you move on? And then we'll get advice from Spirit on what is the one power move your guides want you to make this week to align with your highest success. So super deep dive into your current job slash career. So let's get into it, you guys. One thing I do want to say, this world seems very different from Group 1's world. Group 1's world card was, and their energy overall for Group 1 is like officially starting a new cycle. But this, you know, like they completed a cycle and they're about to start a new cycle. But this feels like you are elevating in an already existing path that you are on. Like this does not feel like you're starting a new cycle or a new job or anything, but it feels like you're already doing something and you're hitting a new milestone. You're elevating. Maybe your status is changing, your reputation is changing, maybe, you know, something like that. So this doesn't feel like you're starting something brand new, but you're kind of sitting at the top of whatever you're already doing. So this feels like a reading that's going to be a massive confirmation for this group. So let's get into it. I have my Astro dice here. I just want to get Group 4's current energy. The number 21 could be significant. The 6th house, Moon, and Aquarius. Some of you could have Aquarius in the 6th house. You could have Moon in the 6th house. You could have an Aquarius Moon. And actually, this is Saturn energy with the world. So we have the 4 fixed signs here. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So we have Aquarius out here twice. Aquarius in the 6th house. Ooh, Aquarius in the 6th house. Okay, your 6th house, this is how I would interpret this. The 6th house is Virgo energy. It is your daily routine. It's your daily life. It's what you're doing on an everyday basis. It's just the day-to-day things in your life, but something is shifting. Aquarius can be a little bit, because I'm thinking of Uranus right now with this Aquarius energy, and Aquarius can be a little like unique. Not unique, how do I say this? It can be a little bit, yes, unique, but it can be very expansive very quickly, because Uranus is kind of like a shock, like it's like this lightning thunder that's coming in. So there's something that's happening to your daily schedule that's changing very rapidly, and it's like suddenly. And I think it is like a unique change. I think that's why I was thinking about that. Like it feels like something is shifting in your daily life that probably has to do with your career, probably because your career is taking off. But it feels like something that other people can't do or other people can't really relate to for some reason. So it feels like uniquely yours, but it's shifting in a very sudden and quick manner. It's not like a gradual shift. It's like you wake up one day and here it is, and now your life is changing, especially your daily activities, your day-to-day routine is changing. I'm trying to think of a specific example for this. So, and it's changing in a way that you have never experienced it before. So for example, say that if you have a business, right? You have some kind of a business and it's doing really well, and suddenly it like something goes viral or something gets really popular and something is taking off. There could be like a specific person, a specific brand, a specific partnership, somebody that like reaches out to you that causes you to expand a little bit within your daily routine. So now instead of just going about your normal daily routine, maybe you have to attend meetings, you know, and you didn't do that before, but this is like a big deal. This is a big shift for you to go from regular business daily stuff to now attending meetings or dealing with contracts and things like that, dealing with shipments, dealing with third-party situations and the logistics of things. Like something is changing. But Aquarius is very logical. It's very analytical. It's, you know, it's an air sign. It's very innovative. So, okay, another way I could interpret this is that you could be upgrading something in your daily routine That's where this innovation comes in. So like upgrading the technology in your daily routine. So say if you have a business, right? Say if you have a physical shop for your business and you are using like kind of like an outdated card reader or card scanner, then you are like upgrading to a faster processor, something that like the technology is upgrading for that card system or for your checkout payment methods. And that would be a part of the daily routine because it's a part of what you do at your shop every day. But yeah, like either there's like some kind of a technology upgrade, there's some kind of an innovation upgrade. Maybe the warehouse is getting upgraded. But it feels like quick and fast. There could also be something that breaks down because maybe that's why you have to replace the technology. For some of you, maybe there's something you use for your job on a regular basis, like a computer or a phone or the card reader, and it just like stops working one day, or it's just malfunctions or it's outdated. And because of that, you're like, oh my God, I have to do something now. So then you go out and get something like same day, or you get something in that same week, and it's like cool though, like it's an upgrade. I think it's like much cooler. It's not just like a basic thing, because I feel like you're going to invest into it because you're like, well, my business is growing anyway, so I might as well invest in like the nicer version instead of having to buy a new one in a couple of months or in a couple of years. So yeah, that feels fun. But I do think your daily routine, it's like being electrified. I don't know how, maybe through literal electricity and technology, but I do think your daily routine is shifting from something that was kind of like boring or mundane or regular to something that is a bit more eccentric and electrified in some way. And I think you're just going to have a bit more fun with it. And I think that's part of the milestone that you are reaching within this job/career. So there definitely is entrepreneurship that's coming in here. And if you are a business owner or if you do work for yourself, I do think you're hitting some kind of a milestone within that. But it doesn't have to be. I think no matter what you're doing, you are moving up in your current job or career path, and you are hitting a new milestone. With the moon here, there could have been something that was hidden that's finally coming to light, or you could have been in the dark about something for a while. This again makes me feel like, say you were waiting on important communication from somebody, it's finally coming in, around the time you're watching this. Say if you're waiting on an important email, an important collaboration, an important partnership or something, it's finally coming in. It's like you're not going to be in the dark anymore. Something is being revealed. So this could be something about your daily routine with that 6th house that's being revealed. For some of you, there's something about your health that could be revealed as well, because the 6th house also talks about health. But it is good. It's positive information that's coming in, because I think you were kept in the dark, waiting on the result or waiting on that communication to come in, and it's finally coming in, and it is what you want it to be. And it's like, it feels positive to some extent. Maybe it's not what you wanted it to be, but it's like better than you thought it would be. Or it's not as bad as you thought it would be. But also with this 6th house and this Aquarius energy, and even with the moon, you need to think outside of the box. It feels like if you want something to keep growing here, or if you want something to succeed, you have to like think about, whoa, I accidentally switched it to Mars. Yeah, something is definitely taking off. I think you're finally coming out of the dark and into the light. You're finally coming out of like a more passive, stagnant, or like intuitive manifesting energy, and you're actually like taking action in the real world. Or it's like after a while of like dreaming and like doing all the things, it's something is finally taking off with the fire. Because I don't want to say that you weren't working and you were strictly passive, because I don't think that's true. But it's like after a while of being in the dark, you're finally in the light. And I think that's like the milestone you're hitting. I was going to say something. I totally forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, with that Aquarius, something feels electrified. Something feels new. It feels fun. It feels different. It feels like growth. And it feels unique. Unique to you. I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's... Oh, the Magician, bottom of the deck. Let's get a card here for Group 4's current energy. Group 4's current energy here. Okay, thank you. Ooh, 7 of Swords. This is Aquarius. 7 of Swords is Moon in Aquarius. Oh my God, that's exactly what we had, was Moon in Aquarius. So I know the Seven of Swords can be a little scary for people because, you know, it is a card that talks about deception. It's a card that talks about secrets or things hiding in the dark or things that you don't know what's happening, and you are hidden. But I don't think this is bad. I think this is exactly what we were just talking about. Like something is finally coming to light in a very positive manner. Something that you have been waiting on is finally coming to light, or it's finally moving forward the way you want it to be, or the way you want it to. And then also with the Seven of Swords, it feels like strategizing. You're like coming up with a different daily routine. You're strategizing a different schedule. You're strategizing different plans and different ideas. And it feels like that's where the momentum is building. Because say up until now, maybe you just had like one item in your shop, or one or two or three items in a shop or something, or you were just doing the same thing, but it wasn't like anything crazy. It was still kind of little and you were still kind of like dipping your feet into it. But then it feels like there is this, something is like truly electrified here. So like maybe you're going viral, maybe suddenly like somebody gives your shop a shout out or something, and then now everyone's coming to that shop. Or if this is like in a corporate setting or just like any kind of a job where you're working somewhere, like working a 9 to 5 or working for somebody else, it feels like after a period of, you know, kind of cruising on and cruising by, or maybe after a period of like an entry level position, now you're getting electrified. I don't know why that word keeps coming through. Some of you, please be careful around like electricity. I don't want you to get shocked, literally, but yeah, it's like something is finally leveling up. So if you were in an entry level job for a long time, now you're finally getting promoted to that next level up. So now you have to re-strategize. You have to have a different schedule. You have to have different meetings, different people you're engaging with. You have a whole different group that you're working with. It's like something about the upgrade that you are receiving. It's changing your entire daily routine about your job. But I think it's like the best thing that you would want. It's something you want. And that's why this doesn't feel negative at all. It just feels like you're going to have to strategize. And it also feels like you've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work. Like say you weren't like shouting at the rooftops that you want to raise, or that you're done with the entry level, or that you want your business to grow. It feels like you've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work, maybe through technology for some of you. But like doing things like in that moon energy, in that passive behind the scenes, not necessarily showing it, and now it's finally time to show it, something like that. But it feels really good, you guys. I wouldn't, you know, I would say, I would be honest if that came out in a negative way, but it doesn't feel that way. If anything, I think Spirit is saying to you, because you are hitting new milestones and you are leveling up, be careful who you let around you, because not everyone has the best intentions. You know, be careful who is wanting to be your friend and who is wanting to take something from you, or even partner, right? Like we're talking about collaborations and partnerships, or even people that want to work with you, or like new coworkers and new acquaintances. It's like, just be careful who you are letting in right now, because not everyone has the best interest, has your best interest in mind. And I think that's where you have to use your discernment, and you have to use your own critical thinking skills, and even your own intuition of being like, okay, does this feel safe? Can I actually trust this person? Okay, so let's answer the questions now. What is the true energy of Group 4's current job / career path? 6 of Swords. It's finally moving along. That's what I'm saying. It's finally moving along. You're finally like making progress with that 6 of Swords. This is again Aquarius energy. So you're really going from A to B, or you're going from like entry level to a higher up position. You're going from selling a few items to selling a lot. You're going from 100 views to 1,000 views a video. Like something is just gaining momentum. And I think because you're gaining momentum here, Spirit is showing to you that you're on the right path. Also, she's alone, or whoever this person is on the boat, they're alone. And I think that's again a message for you to not trust everyone that you encounter, especially as you're growing, especially if you have some kind of an online status, or, you know, if people just want something for you. This person is transitioning in their career alone. So if somebody's trying to partner with you, if somebody's trying to like give you ideas, or like give you a contract, or saying like, I want to work with you, we can be business partners or something, I think, you know, don't jump into things right away. I'm not saying don't do it, but I think you have to make sure you do the research, make sure you strategize it, make sure you have your own contract if you're planning on signing with somebody else, or make sure you read the fine print. But the fact that this person is alone on this boat, it feels like there's a lot of growth happening on your own, and like you are doing it yourself for the career situation. But I love it. This also feels like moving to a more peaceful situation and moving forward within your career path. So I really love that. And even the blue jewels on this looks like the card, I mean, not the card, the crystal you guys chose. So the true energy of your career path right now is you are transitioning. You are moving from A to B, and you are being elevated. You're moving to a better scenario, a better place, a better opportunity, and it is growing. And I think that's another reason for you to be a little bit, view this like a businesswoman, view this like a businessman, view this like a CEO. You know, don't get caught up in your emotions. Don't get caught up in the emotions of things. Like you have to view something like a CEO would view something, you know. And I think when you learn to detach from your emotions to your mental stability or just your logic, and you're using your logic when you're expanding, that's like the best thing you can do. How is this job currently affecting your long-term growth? Is it a steady climb or is it a silent burnout? How is this job or career path currently affecting your long-term growth? Three of Pentacles. Oh, I love it. Let's clarify. Oh my God. Okay. I definitely think you're on the right path, group 4. And I think you are my one group that, well, no, I don't want to say that. I think the other groups had, I think this is the main group where it feels like you're already doing the right thing. Because I think for the other groups, there was like energies about switching things up. I guess other than group 1. Group 1 also felt like they were on the right path. Okay, I don't really want to take all this, but even with the 3 of Swords here, even that, not 3 of Swords, sorry, 3 of Wands here, even that feels like your ships are coming in, you know. Something is finally giving you the returns that you have invested into. Let's clarify the 3 of Pentacles here. How is this currently affecting your long-term growth? We have the 5 of Cups, but in the reverse. I really like this. I feel like you've had to work very hard for this, group 4. I don't think this came to you overnight, and I don't think it came to you very easily. I think that you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this, and there could have even been moments where you wanted to give up. And I think that because you didn't give up, because you continued on this path through the blood, sweat, and tears, I think that's what's making you appreciate the growth even more. Because if this grew immediately and you didn't have to work so hard for it to grow, you wouldn't appreciate it as much. And maybe you wouldn't have even stayed on this path. But I think there's an aspect of this. It's like, yes, it's your destiny and you are meant to be doing this, but it was meant to take time, and it was meant to take work. I don't think the universe would have handed this to you on a silver platter or even just gave it to you for free. And I think that's what the 5 of Cups in the reverse is talking about, because now you're able to appreciate the growth much more, because for a while you probably didn't have that. With the 3 of Pentacles, this is, you know, building something stable, starting from that ace, building something from the ground up, building something sustainable, building something long-term, and building a true foundation out of it. And I think that it's finally working. It's finally growing for you. So I definitely think this is a steady climb. It's a steady climb. And I think a lot of you are going to be happy that you did not give up. I think there would have been moments in the past where you wanted to give up, but you didn't. So it's definitely a steady climb, which feels really good. I also think this is not something you just started, because if you're already hitting like a milestone and it took a while, I think you could have started this like a while ago, maybe years ago for some of you, and it's finally taking off now. Oh, 10 of Cups, bottom of the deck. Okay, what is this? 10 of Pentacles. Okay, I'll keep this for this question. So yeah, we have the 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. With this 5 of Cups here, for some of you, and especially when we're talking about you doing something on your own, independently, for some of you, you could have had people in your life that didn't believe in you or that really tried to get you to stop. And those are going to be the same people that come back around after you find success and tell you, I always believed in you. I'm telling you, for some of you, there's some sketchy characters around you. But I think that there could have been people that didn't believe in you. For some of you, I know this sounds a little extreme, but I think it's realistic for some of you that you could have even been like disowned by your family, or like really like pushed away from your friends or family, or like that traditional, like there's something about like a traditional path. Maybe this is like for one person, like your family, excuse me, your family wanted you to follow a more traditional path, but you chose your own path. And maybe because of that, like you were disowned, or like people stopped talking to you and people just thought you were like silly. And you know what I mean? Like, you know, I feel like it's kind of a tough energy for those of you that dealt with that. And I feel like that's also part of you moving to calmer waters, and you did it by yourself. So for those of you, if there are people that are actively not believing in you, you have to walk away from these people and you have to stop letting them in, because they are just hindering your growth. Because it feels like you had to go through something that was a bit emotionally painful in order to get here. But you stuck through with it. That's the best part. That's why you're being rewarded. That's why this is really going to take off for you, because you not only did you show those people, but you also showed the universe that you're not in this for the money. You're not in this, you know, because somebody's forcing you to be in this. I mean, you struggled and you worked hard for this, and now it's finally paying off for you because you are genuine for this reward. But yeah, for some of you, there's definitely somebody that I think there is a need to stay away. But this is definitely a steady climb. And I think as you continue on this path, group 4, I mean, you're about to get to the 10 of Pentacles. You're about to get to generational wealth and lifelong happiness and stability and financial independence for yourself. I love it. Okay, what is the, oh wait. In what way does this current job serve your higher purpose here on earth? In what way does this current job serve your higher purpose here on earth? Group 4. Ooh, the Magician. Yes. You're definitely intuitive, group 4. And I wanted to say you're a master manifester. So this is your destiny. This is your higher purpose here on earth. Whatever it is you're doing, you are meant to be doing this in this lifetime. And that's why you always stuck to it. That's why, you know, if there were people that weren't agreeing with you, that's why there was always friction within connections or relationships. And maybe that's why at the end of the day, it always felt right to choose this path and to choose yourself. And I think the universe is finally showing you now, with whatever milestone you're hitting and whatever progress you're making, that you were always on the right path, even if like external things didn't match that in the moment or didn't confirm to you in the moment. And with the Magician here, this milestone that you're hitting now, it's like a rebirth, because it feels like it's a new version of yourself. It's a new chapter of whatever this is. Because up until now, you were like digging and planting the seeds and doing all the behind the scenes work and the internal work and doing all the nitty gritty stuff, right? Which takes a different side of you. But now when your project or your business or your job is finally growing, it's a different side of you, because now you can show up as who you want to be. You can show up however you want to show up. You're not the gardener anymore. Now you're the one maintaining it, and you're a caretaker. You're taking care of it, and you're nurturing it, and you're loving it. But you're not necessarily doing like the nitty gritty of it. And I feel like that also confirms with the Magician here that this is a new chapter within this career field or job path that you're on. But in what way does this serve your higher purpose? It is your higher purpose. For a lot of you, this could be a spiritual path. And that could also be another reason to be careful with negativity around you or negative people around you, especially people that just don't get it and people that are not aligned to your spiritual path. But for a lot of you, there could be a spiritual aspect to what you are doing. I love it. Okay, now this is a very nice group. It's very straightforward because, you know, you're already doing it. So it's very straightforward and I like that. What is your green light? Over the next 30 days, what specific sign, event, or events should you look for that tells you it's officially time to stay? I'm reading this as it's officially time to stay and that you're officially on the right path. I think a huge thing is a milestone. So like something is changing. For some of you, it could be that technology glitch. Maybe you have to upgrade some kind of a system. That is a sign because the universe is saying to you, well, it's time to upgrade, meaning it's time to get something that'll last because this is going to last. You know what I mean? Like it's time to upgrade the foundation because now this is turning into something that is going to last you for years and years because this is growing into something that big. So definitely some kind of a technology upgrade, and also like a disruption to your daily routine. So like your daily routine is changing. That is a huge sign. But also like hitting a milestone, hitting some kind of something that you weren't expecting to hit. Okay, this deck is like shedding. That's what all that black stuff is. It's the deck. Okay, let's see. Next 30 days, what specific sign, event, or events should group 4 look out for that tells them it's officially time to stay and that they're on the right path? Over the next 30 days, what is their green light? Okay. The moon. Let's clarify. Yeah, you're receiving. Okay. Over the next 30 days, you are receiving an external sign. So this is not necessarily like an intuitive hit, but it's something that's going to show up in your physical reality and it's going to make sense. Like it could be something that was in the dark for a while. Like you were in the dark about this. Maybe you were in the what if stage for a while. You were doubting this thing, but then the universe is manifesting something literal or physical or the clarity that you are seeking in your life to remove all doubts. But it's like you're finally seeing the light or they're finally shining the spotlight on something so you stop guessing it. But I'm seeing this like a literal thing, such as the technology thing or communication from somebody or your own analytics growing, rapidly. There's something where you can physically and quite literally see it with your eyes. So it is tangible proof. You can't deny the proof. Because if it's only intuition and you're only receiving intuitive hits, you can deny that, right? Like we don't always have to believe what we see. We could say, oh, that was a coincidence. But this is going to be like real tangible proof that, you can't doubt it. But literally the moon could also be a significant sign. Also this like globe, it's making me think of like, those like old school globes that stand on that tilted axis and they have a stand. Like we used to have them in like school, like elementary and middle school and high school when I was growing up. You could see some kind of a globe like that, or maybe you have one. But that could be a sign. Also a lobster. Also, Friends, the TV show, or specifically when Phoebe says, like, that's her lobster, or whatever that quote is, something about Phoebe from Friends could be a sign for you over the next 30 days, and her talking about the lobster, which is, like, Ross and Rachel's relationship. Oh my god, and the star. Yeah, this is, like, major dream come true energy. This is like I was doubting myself. Other people were doubting me. I wasn't sure if I was on the right path, but I'm finally hitting that milestone from the universe that is showing me that my dream is coming true and I've always been on the right path. You're getting not only physical reassurance from the universe through some kind of a sign over the next 30 days or growth. And there's that globe again. Now it looks like I'm just going to cover this up. I just realized I don't want to get flagged. But now it looks more like a psychic ball. What is it? Oh, the crystal ball. So crystal ball could also be significant, but it's like your dream is coming true and you're realizing it through physical proof over the next 30 days. So that's really cool. This is again Aquarius energy. So there's a lot of Aquarius energy going on for this group. The moon is Pisces. Okay. So that is the green light over the next 30 days. Now that confirmation could be anything for you because it's a general reading, but this could also be some kind of an invitation as well. Like you're getting invited to something. There's also something that requires you to step outside of your comfort zone over the next 30 days. or like share your work with people, or like introduce yourself to a different crowd over the next 30 days, something like that. Okay, now, what is your parallel path? Whoa. The Fool, love it. Yeah, you're absolutely hitting a new milestone, group 4. So let's see. Your parallel path. What will your life look like in 3 months if you were to stay in this path? Ah! Oh, the Empress. I caught it and I accidentally bent it. The Empress, beautiful. The Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh, Divine Feminine. Hello. I love it. So if you were to stay on this path, you are just continuing to grow on this path. I mean, I see ultimate success and abundance with the Empress. You're literally going to like blow up with whatever it is you're doing. You're truly being electrified, group 4, in the next 30 days. But over the next 3 months, if you stay on this path, you're literally like hitting rapid milestones. So even if this feels like a little milestone for you right now, you're about to hit like so many rapid milestones to where there's like no time. It almost feels like Spirit is saying, there's no time to catch your breath. Like we just have to keep going. We have to be flexible to just like roll with the punches of what the universe is throwing at you, but in like the best positive way. But it's like, for some reason they're saying like, you don't have time to slow down, or it's just like one thing, next thing, next thing. That's why your routine is changing. I think you're about to be really busy, really, really busy in your everyday lifestyle, whether it's taking time to work on a regular basis, whether it's meetings and whatever it is, you are becoming incredibly busy, but I think you're going to love it because you worked for it for so long, right? But yeah, I think you're hitting new heights. You're reaching new levels of status and reputation that you didn't have before. You're reaching new levels of confidence within yourself that you didn't have before. And it's just like you're radiating beauty. You know, not only are you radiating this success and this businesswoman, businessman energy, but it's like you're radiating beauty and just confidence. And I just love it. I think people are really going to look up to you. People are going to really love you. I think you're just like drawing people in to whatever it is you're doing. So I really love that. So now let's see, what if you move? What if you do something else? What happens over 3 months if group 4 strays away from this path? What happens over the next 3 months if group 4 strays away from this path? The universe is like, I don't even want to talk about it. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. You know what? Group 3 got that exact card, but for a completely different context. Ooh, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. If you, for whatever, I don't think you will. I want to keep that 9 of Pentacles. Wow, 7, 8, and 9 of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles. Look at that. You're literally like on the path of your, well, how do you say it? Like, you're truly creating and building the foundation that's going to last the rest of your life. But if you, okay, yeah, this is separate. If you were to walk away from this path, literally your destined path here on earth, if you were to walk away from it, group 4, you would be stuck in a cycle. You would be stuck in a loop and you would be incredibly confused. I'm hearing like dazed and confused and lost, and you're like a wandering soul that like has no purpose, or like that's lost its purpose. You know, you're like this wandering soul that like doesn't know where to go, doesn't know what to do, because the one thing that it was meant to do, you walked away from it. That's why I don't think you will. But if for whatever reason, even with all the proof and the confirmation and everything that you're going to be seeing over the next 3 months, even if for whatever reason you feel like you don't know if you can do it, you don't know if you're capable of it, and if you decide to walk away from it, I think you would just stay stuck. Yeah, look at that 4 of Cups. You would be in this just stagnation and contemplation and sadness, and there's just this disconnect, and you're just longing for a life that you once had that you don't have anymore, or you're longing for that soul connection that you had with your job. You're longing for your destiny again that you don't have. And I think that's why it's best to just stay on this path. I think you will. I don't think yeah, 10 of Cups. You have 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. Not only is this giving you financial stability for the rest of your life, but it's giving you emotional stability. And not just for you, but also for your family. For some of you, I'm hearing like you can take care of your parents, or like there's something about like giving back to your parents, or like your parents can retire one day if you were to stay on this path, or like you can give back to them, or like you can buy them a home or something. Like that's what I feel. I feel like there's so much abundance here that it's not just for you, but it's for like everyone that you love. And that's the thing. Like if you walked away from it, you would just miss out on everything, all the abundance that you are creating. And not just material abundance, but physical abundance too. But not just that, you would be walking away from your destiny. So that's why I just don't think you would do it. I definitely think you would stay here. Okay, now let's get some advice. What is the one power move your guides want you to make this week to align with your highest success? We have the 6 of Cups. A bee. Bees could be a sign for you as well over the next 30 days. Bumblebees, honeybees, even a bunny. Maybe there's like a little bunny hanging around your neighborhood or your house. For some of you, I'm seeing there's a bunny by your car, so be careful. Like when you're getting into your car, like early morning. Okay, this is a very specific scenario. Early morning, it's foggy and it's kind of cold, right? Like the sun isn't fully out yet and you're walking to your car and there's like a bunny or maybe even a cat. There's some kind of a live animal like underneath your car or like by your tire, but it's like kind of dark so you don't really see it. Please be careful, you guys. Okay. What am I asking? I just like totally forgot what I was talking about. I'm seeing like fog on the wind. Like, you know, when it's so like misty in the morning and there's like that cool, and if you have leather seats, it's like I'm getting a chill from like when you sit in a cold car early morning before you turn the heat on. That's so specific. Okay. What is the one power move your guides want you to make this week to align with your highest success? We have 6 of Cups and we have Justice. Ooh, interesting. 6 of Cups talks about your past. It can talk about familiarity. It can talk about your previous lifetimes. One thing they want you to connect with is your soul, which is so interesting to say it like that. Over the next week, they want you to try to tap into your higher self, and they want you to try to tap into your soul, whether that's through meditation, through journaling, just through intuitive hits, whether it's just through your mind or your dreams or something. There's something about like your past life. And I think maybe, yeah, like your past life, your higher self, your soul, something about you, but like a more advanced version of you could really help you out about navigating this. And it also feels like whatever it is you are doing in this lifetime with this job, you've already done it in previous lifetimes. And that's why when you connect to that previous version of yourself or a more aligned version of yourself, it's already done it. So it has like the advice for the you that hasn't done it yet. So that's why there's a need to tap into it. There's also a need to just kind of be a bit like playful over the next week, a bit lighthearted over the next week. The 6 of Cups again talks about children playing, innocence. So there's something about like tapping into a more innocent energy, a more playful side, a more childlike energy over the next week. Like don't take something so seriously. Approach something lightheartedly and do something because you love to do it, not because you're being forced to do it. And also spend more time with nature. Maybe that's another way for you to connect with your higher self, is in nature. And with Justice here, I think there's like nothing that you really have to do as long as you're on this path and you're putting in the work for this career or job every day. You're already balancing the scales out. And I think how I could interpret that is walk away from anyone over the next week that is sketchy or shady or that doesn't believe in you or that is just like bad vibes. Because I think there's like some negativity that's like overpowering. And if you want the scales to balance, there's a need to step away from that. There's also a need to step away from the devil on your shoulder, because clearly you're already on the path that you are destined to be on. And you don't have to do anything different other than just working towards this, and you will get to your ultimate emotional, mental, physical fulfillment and satisfaction. There's nothing extra you have to do because it's already like written in the stars for you. And that's why there's a need to like, don't worry about something so much. Don't worry about the logistics of something so much. You know, if there is a little hiccup, like technology or something that you have to invest into, or if your daily routine is changing, take it lightheartedly. Just view it as like, okay, universe, like I got it. You know, challenge accepted. Let me go figure this out. But like, don't feel like it's the end of the world, because it will balance itself out. And I think like the more lighthearted you are about the situation, the easier it is for you to navigate the situation. Okay, I love it. Let's get some advice. I'm literally hitting 40 minutes of rambling for you guys. Sometimes I'm like always, actually not sometimes, all the time, I'm truly questioning, am I talking too much? But I don't know. I feel like there's just so much to say. Trust in your intuition, in what you are feeling, sensing, seeing, or experiencing. That is literally this, right? Like, don't overthink something because it's already meant for you. It's already happening for you. Trust that it's already happening for you. Have faith that you're on the right path, even if the confirmation is a little slow. Energy, try to keep a positive energy by surrounding yourself with positive people. That is a direct hit to whoever the negative energies are, like outweighing the good. And I think there's a need for you to walk away from somebody or some people. Flow, you need more flexibility in your life. Allow yourself to go with the flow. I feel like that also is what we're talking about. Passion isn't confined to sexual energy. Life is meant to be felt. Don't hold back. Oh, I love it. Let me get one more. Recharge. Please slow down. It's not selfish to take time out to look after yourself. And then let's get some tea leaf cards. Boot. Increase your effort if you want to achieve your goals. Skull, hidden secrets can harm you. Ooh, didn't we say something is coming to light with that moon earlier? Maybe that's what is tied to that Seven of Swords, and to protect yourself from once you find out the truth. Or it's like, yeah, you're finding something out. Peacock. It says beware of great pride, but I don't think that's you. I think that's probably somebody else. But peacock could also be a symbol for you over the next 30 days. Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Yeah, I feel like that totally confirms great worry over nothing. That also confirms that there's no need to worry, because everything is going to work out exactly how it is meant to, and you're already doing what you're meant to do. So just keep working, just keep doing it. Okay, group number 4, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. If you're interested in private readings, go ahead and email me. We can book a one-on-one session where we can discuss your personal situation and I can give you personalized advice. If you're also interested in exclusive content, go ahead and check out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. There are exclusive readings on Patreon, and the viewers get to suggest the monthly readings. So if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. But thank you so much, you guys. Take good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.